What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Pro Wrestling Throwdown for the week of July 9th, 2023. I am Caleb Black.
He is.
This is Luke the Big Dog.
That's me.
That's our in-studio producer, the Mighty Meg.
That's Max.
Along with our in-studio editor, Big Bad John.
Big Bad John.
Our two in-studio correspondents, Sweet Tea and Special K, a.k.a. The Professional.
The Professional.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I was just trying to help, man.
Yeah, we've been doing the show for a little while.
Hey, here's the deal. Here's the deal.
What's that?
Sometimes it's called growth. I'm trying to be a better person.
You should try it sometime.
You should get rid of the one on your neck.
I could do it. That's why I have the beard.
Luke, how's your Sunday?
My Sunday is the same as it's always been. It's the day after Saturday. I'm fucking tired, Caleb. I did a DJ show in a bar last night.
Oh, did you?
It was packed.
Did you work?
Didn't get home till like 3:45.
Oh,
Didn't
no.
go to bed till almost 6.
Yo, what's up, nerd?
What's up, nerd?
Howdy, ladies and germs. I got off work just in time for Wrestling Day. It is Wrestling Day.
Day.
Mighty Max Fury, how was your Sunday, sir?
I'm doing good. Doing good.
Didn't go anywhere this week?
No, I didn't really.
Didn't? Man, that's a shame.
Hey, y'all, we're lagging a little
I was
bit.
at the
Our
show
bad.
last night, but that's it.
Nice. Big Bad John, your Sunday, as it were?
Same as always. Doing great.
You know what? I appreciate Big Bad John. He never has a bad Sunday.
No, it really doesn't.
Really. Every
Always
Sunday is
great.
just great.
That's because he lies about it.
That's right.
Hey, so do we.
Yeah.
We run a wrestling show. We are all about that.
Remember when we used to do this for fun, and now we do it for money?
Yeah.
We do.
So you ain't making money.
Step 3, profit.
Yeah.
Totally makes sense.
Yeah.
Sweet Tea, how was your Sunday, darling?
I did laundry.
Well, that's good. It's a
No.
good thing to do on a Sunday, right?
No.
Okay. The Professional.
I'm here.
Yeah,
Got it.
well,
I had a rough weekend.
thanks for showing up.
Had a really rough weekend.
All right, y'all, we got lots to cover. Unfortunately, actually, this is one of the first shows we've done in a hot minute where we don't have any pay-per-view results to recover.
No.
Between AEW pumping them out, by the way, this is not the rundown, but since we're here, we're talking. AEW looks to have almost been a complete and total sellout in Wembley.
Yeah.
Originally, they were projecting 75,000 seats. They opened up another set of seating. They are still pushing 80. They may be the highest grossing paid professional wrestling show in history.
Yeah. Well, here's the deal. They're only exploring something that WWE chose not to explore since August of 1992.
Agreed.
Why not?
Yeah. My boy says Logan Paul and the Ricochet match is going to be so good. We're going to talk about that.
Yeah, we are.
SummerSlam graphic. Oh, we can sort of see Max Fury out of the corner of our eye.
Yeah, if you look
Yeah,
real
see?
close,
Wow.
you might be
Wow.
able to see
You've
it.
managed to
sorry.
stay off camera for this long, and today you dropped the ball. Al.
What are you talking
Frankie's
about?
not been on camera before.
They know what he looks
Again.
like.
Anyway, yeah, Wembley is... Hello, Dad.
Got away.
Yeah, got away.
Yeah, he did.
Ran quick. Anyway, as we're talking about Wembley Stadium, this could be the highest grossing wrestling pay-per-view. Now, outside of, what was it? The John Cena and The Rock domestically. That was still only pushing roughly 80,000 seats.
Yeah.
And we may actually cap off. Now, again, stadium seating for people who aren't really affiliated or don't know how they really work. The production side has to siphon off part of the stadium.
Yes.
Legally, they have to for electronics, pyro, space between performers, space for equipment, all that stuff. So you're never going to get a 100% sellout in an arena. It's just not feasible.
Yeah.
Even if you have the smallest stadium and setup possible, if you only cover 1,500 seats, that's still 1,500 not on the sales tab.
Yeah.
But for them to open up the top section and to sell even more tickets and get this close to a sellout is huge for wrestling.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, the only thing that I think the only actual live events take place there that would be bigger would be when the Foo Fighters played Wembley back in
it would
mid 2000s.
But concert seating alone is different. We're talking about a full size live interactive production where there's movement. Remember, with a concert setup, you put up a stage and your band stays there.
Yeah.
You're not accounting for the 20-foot ramp, the 20 by 20 ring, the camera trestles for the ring. There's a lot of space that gets eaten up in arena shows.
True.
This is going to be the #1 selling arena show in history. You could make the argument that, New Japan sells out the Tokyo Dome every year, but they still only cap out at what 63 to 64,000.
Something like that. Yeah.
So this is still, I mean, already on
Well,
paper.
for WWE, the way that they did their audience back at SummerSlam '92 is the only entranceway that they had was just the old school WWE SummerSlam sign and a dugout. Like they didn't have the big Titantrons back then, so.
But if you
it's even more impressive now that AEW can do that with even their
and considering if you remember like Fight for the Fallen, how they augmented their stage to to give more space.
Yeah.
And if you look at Collision's TV setup, that's a minimal stage.
Oh,
It looks great on camera, but you and I know how arena settings work.
Yes.
It's a fairly small stage.
Compared to the WWE, yes.
We could get the bare minimum setup, which is awesome because you and I love small scale appearance to big scale audiences.
Well, look at Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
They literally had a hole to come through.
Yeah.
So that they could fit as many seats and as many fans as they wanted. Every bit of that's what? For the good seats, you're gonna that's $5.
Right.
$75.
Right.
And all that, and that's where you fill in all that crowd. That adds up in the end.
Yeah, they're gonna be the highest grossing house in a long, long time. Domestic, well, it's not domestic because they're in the UK, but if you consider the scale of Wembley to like Madison Square Garden, Wembley's still significantly larger.
Yeah.
But the MSG shows their setup's always so much bigger, so they get even less per ticket. Now they sell the tickets for more.
WWE actually had a post SmackDown phone call thing, marketing thing, where they had actually talked about.
Yeah.
Next time they're in Madison
scaling
Square Garden,
down so they can get more people in the arena.
which they used to do for Raw. If you remember right, when Raw they had that one Titantron square, and they come from the middle.
Even in Atlanta, the Georgia Dome,
yeah,
you can easily with a large scale get 46,000 in the building. They did that with Goldberg and Hogan.
They were 50 something thousand.
Yeah, and they had a fairly large setup. So if we talk about the real scale of Wembley, I mean, we could look at. I think it's only outputted for like 83,000, but they could hit every bit of 83,000 reported sold.
Yes,
they could actually see close to 100,000. But if they play their cards right, we could be looking at 83, almost 84,000 people.
Also, I want everyone to realize just how serious this is. WCW did not go overseas for pay-per-views.
Nope.
This will be the first time in professional wrestling in my lifetime
a major competitor has gone overseas that wasn't already stationed in Japan.
Legitimately sell out that many seats.
Well, you say legitimately because
that's what I'm saying. Also WCW was known to puff their numbers.
Yeah,
they would give if you bought a ticket.
But the Korean,
to most WCW shows, you were given a free ticket.
But the Korean government is the one who sent 100,000 people to that show, so it's significantly different than saying it is going to be probably the highest grossing wrestling show in history. But we're not talking about what the fans paid for.
No,
this was a for those of you who are unaware, this is a crazy thing that happened in the 90s. WCW went to North Korea. They were working in tandem with New Japan, and Antonio Inoki basically brokered a deal.
Collision Course, I think is what it was called.
Where they could do. I think they were in country for a week. They did 3 major shows. Antonio Inoki and Ric Flair were the main event of every show, and it really didn't matter if it was on the undercard. But they literally had 100,000 people. But that's because months before the Korean government came. No,
they were trying to make him drop the title.
So they wanted Ric Flair to drop the belt to Inoki only so Flair could go to Japan afterward, because that's right when they did the next Fall Brawl.
Yeah,
and he was going to go to New Japan, main event the Tokyo Dome, lose, and then bring the belt back at Fall Brawl, and it was going to be this 6-month-long program. But because of something politically that happened with Inoki, he couldn't take the belt because he thought that was going to be his big campaign to make him.
That's right. I knew it had something to do with the belt.
Yeah. But so essentially, Ric Flair lost to Inoki without losing the title, and then showed back up and I think defeated fucking Sting at the next pay-per-view in somewhere in Texas.
Yeah. Here also on that, I mean, for more information on something like that, you can always check out that episode of Dark Side of the Ring.
Yeah. Or if you want more information in general, you can go to you can also find us on facegmail.com. You can visit our official website, ProWrestlingThrowdown.com, or you can check out StreamLabs.com/ProWrestling. You can buy all merch. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we got shirts, we got shoes, we got sandals, we got tank tops, we got keychains and bikini, which I'm campaigning heavily to bring back very soon. That being said, check us out. Every dollar you spend, giveaway is going to be a full half-hour meet and greet
Yes.
at the AFU Hardcore Show in October.
Yes,
Uh,
and a free entry on us.
Yeah, so make sure you buy our stuff so we can give you stuff. That's
Also,
a weird thing to do, but
there
I'm
will be
asking
a
you.
live broadcast of you getting your meet and greet on YouTube and Facebook.
And
through the
Luke
multi-stream.
has volunteered to rub your butt.
I'll touch your butt.
He'll touch your butt. See?
I'll touch your butt.
Also, you can follow us on TikTok at Pro Wrestling Throwdown 1. And if you happen to stop on Facebook, please check out the Pro Wrestling Throwdown Facebook group. Different from the fan page. Our group has an interactive chat that is live 24/7. Max Fury is the primary admin on the chat. You can throw your ideas, your conversation pieces, everything you want at us all the time. Make sure to join the group. And thank you for your support.
Also, today, before we start the birthdays and bullshit segment, we're going to do a new segment called Discussion Time, where Mad Max Fury over there has gathered a couple questions that have come sprawled through the chat session.
Yeah. Cutting out horribly.
That's
What?
okay.
Maybe
It's cut. It's like it's really choppy, even on mine.
Yeah, it's just the internet from the weather.
You're going to get more lag than we get. We get them too. Like right now, we're lagging on my.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So.
me too.
All right. That being said, let's get into why we do this show. Why do we do this show again, Max?
I have not the slightest clue.
That's a great question.
Yeah, Wolfie says his is all good.
Good.
Okay.
So,
All right. That being said, it's time to talk about some actual.
yes, let's get into the first slide.
Wait, what's it?
I don't know. Luke said something about donut time.
Oh yeah, you're making
earlier,
donuts, right?
like,
No, I said it was time to. Never mind.
You said it was
Free hat. Free hat.
no free hat. All right, John, fire us up. Give us the first slide. It's a good thing we do this.
There we are.
Oh, it's Bray Wyatt.
It's Bray Wyatt. Clean your glasses.
Yeah. So, I'm sorry.
So they have changed Bray Wyatt's bio on WWE.com. The rendering from Bray Wyatt to the Fiend.
Oh no.
Don't know if that's a tease for
Hey,
anything.
Derek's in the house.
Derek's in the house. Haven't missed the rant yet. It's coming. We promise.
Yeah, I'm sure one's gonna happen.
Couple, maybe. I don't know.
However, didn't you say you had some other Bray Wyatt?
There are
Probably.
rumors circulating that Bray Wyatt has been in talks with Tony Khan about taking his shtick across state lines and taking it down to Jacksonville. Now here's my question.
Yes.
Who gives a hot shit?
Dude, he's for all that has gone wrong with his
Fuck
to all that
that.
has gone wrong with his characters and stuff, it's hard to defend anymore, man.
Look, you two know better than anyone. I've never been a Bray Wyatt fan. I did say that his last Fiend run caught some serious traction, and if they were to capitalize on that, it would have been good. I believe that's recorded on this show after his match with Randy Orton at WrestleMania, right?
Yeah.
If you go back and check out our old videos, you're creative, and I get that you probably idolize The Undertaker, and so all of this dark stuff speaks to you. But if you don't actually fucking wrestle, none of it matters. It's true. And while he was Uncle Howdy, how many matches did Bray Wyatt wrestle in that you can remember right now that weren't just promos and videos of him and Uncle Howdy? How many?
night.
So out of the weeks they spent, mind you, they brought this guy back. Now, yes, he was undercutting his prime because he was selling more merch as the Fiend than anybody else. That is inarguable.
You can't
That was
argue.
happening,
Yeah.
right? And also had some fairly stellar programs. You can say what you want about this Seth Rollins Hell in a Cell match, whatever, but had a fairly consistent fucking record of putting out good matches until we got
Yes.
to WrestleMania with Orton. Then,
That pitch black match was worse than the actual Mountain Dew pitch black.
agreed. and here we go. This fucking guy gets a third chance. Gets brokered in at a 80% deal of what he was making when he was popular,
Yep.
and shows up and goes, I don't actually want to wrestle. I just want to cut promos. Motherfucker, there's a why. Stop cutting the fucking promos and get your ass in the ring because you're not worth the money you're fucking printed on, and fuck you. And the fact that Tony Khan would be, what we're going to talk about here in a minute, what would he do? What is his significance right now? We know he's holding the company up.
Yeah.
We know that for a fact.
Yeah.
But it's not for more money. It's not for more airtime. It's for creative. He isn't a guy who walked into the wrestling business and said, look, I want to main event WrestleManias and I want to make money. He's the guy who walked in and said, I just want to tell my story. Go fuck your story. Fuck you and the horse you rode in on. That's a dumb fucking thing to do. And while you're waiting for more writers to become available, during a union writer's strike, you fuck, you're sitting at home, not making any money and making the rest of the fans wonder, hey, whatever happened to that cult leader guy? Remember him from NXT? What was his name? What was his name?
Bray Wyatt.
Bray Wyatt. That's right. What did he do after that? He was a monster, right? He had a mask.
Yeah.
He was the Fiend, right? Yeah, that was okay. Where is he now?
Well, after Goldberg beating
At home, not doing a goddamn thing except complaining that he can't show up and play dress up every fucking week. I'm sorry. I did a goth gimmick. I did multiple goth gimmicks. You know what I didn't do? Walk in and tell my promoter, hey man, you don't have to pay me. Just let me go out there and cut a promo. Please, for the love of God, nothing would make me happier than putting some asshole in a hat and telling a story that no one gives a shit about. Fuck! What happened to dudes who want to get in this business and make money? And here's the thing. If you did it right, it's marketable. It was marketable for a long time. I have said multiple times, watching him as the cult leader gimmick, I had no fucking clue what he was talking about. But every promo he said it well.
Yeah.
Every match he had was fairly fucking good because he's athletic for a big man.
Yeah.
He's got a different build. Then the Fiend comes along. It's like, okay, we got like a masked dark monster character. It's cool. Until they set him on fire!
Yeah, that was hard to defend.
This guy gets every fucking chance. Every chance, and the fans love him. And what does he do with it? He wastes it. While guys like LA Knight, who put in the work, left developmental, went on to the indies and the smaller promotional crew, came back and is cutting 5-star promos along with having good matches every fucking week, and they still don't know what to do with it. Meanwhile, this jackass is sitting at home waiting for the right writer to come along.
Yeah.
Not the right booker, not the right promoter, and not the right fucking payday. The right writer, so he can tell his story. Because his head is full of things, because of the things. Go fuck yourself. Wrestling is not meta. Wrestling is not fucking extraterrestrial or unconventional. You can have those characters integrated as long as you don't insult my fucking intelligence. And absolutely nobody believes that there is a demon who literally survived getting lit on fire, waiting until someone comes along and gives him the right story. Fuck you. Kane.
Bray Wyatt is like the slam poetry of wrestling.
That's exactly what he is. That's a great way to say it. And you know what? There's a place for him. There's a place for his gimmick. There's a place for his creativity. As long as it's functional and active.
Which
no one believed.
Really in the
nobody believed the Undertaker was a zombie. But there were times when you were watching WrestleMania and you're watching that long dark entrance and he was kicking out of moves and he was fighting his ass off and his eyes rolled, would just say, fuck.
No, but then the rumors of everybody that was there telling how cold and chilly and freaky.
They saved a guy to break Undertaker's streak. It just happened a year too soon.
Oh, and Taker
wasn't planned.
Also, Taker putting a stamp of approval on him before he left last.
Not even once. Multiple times during his
I mean on TV.
But yes, but multiple times during Bray Wyatt's younger run, Taker was the guy he went to.
I don't see that a supernatural gimmick is gonna ever fly again after.
Not today's climate. However, if you do,
Taker did it and went through everything. Then we find out that he's a real man. Blah 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 blah. It takes everything out. They'll never be able to pull that off.
But here's the rub.
Never.
Here's the rub. Bray Wyatt with all his creativity, right? He could just be a dark badass. He could be a guy you don't trust. Black is a great example. You know he's not
the vampire,
but you kind of see that dark, mysterious air about him. But it's by what he does. When he shows up in the ring, he sits there and he's stalwart and he's stone faced.
Also,
he gets up and moves.
To Malachi Black, the man lost his eye.
And still WWE wears a fucking contact to make it look like a glass eye because he bought the gimmick. Yeah. This fucking guy is waiting until he gets permission to be evil Mr. Rogers again.
Evil Mr.
That's what he was, right?
Yeah, technically.
He was evil Mr. Rogers with
I would
an
have
alter
said
ego.
Pee Wee Herman.
It doesn't matter. You know what? And the fucked up thing is, is his shit as I was going to follow the Southern Cult Leader gimmick. That would have been the tits. It would have been so good. Instead, they took the titty out of my mouth and gave me no milk. And now, fuck Bray Wyatt. That's what happened. You're welcome,
Oh
Derek.
my god.
You're welcome, Derek.
Grant achieved.
All right, let's hit our next story.
No, fuck him. I'm not done yet. His Bo Rotunda's son of Bo Rotunda, get your shit together and just show up to work and be like, hey, look, put me in black. Don't let me say nothing.
And Caleb was worried that he wouldn't have anything to rant
Oh, I got
about
shit to
today.
rant about now.
And this is
Fuck
like
him.
the first topic.
No, but
It's
seriously,
literally the first
with
topic.
the way he looks, with his build, he doesn't look like he can't fight, right? He's thick, he's stocky, he's covered in tattoos. He looks like a guy you wouldn't want to fuck with at a bar. Now, imagine that bar is real dark and you see that guy just sitting in the corner staring at you.
Yeah.
And not like I'm going to go fight that guy, but like that motherfucker's staring at me like he's going to eat me. Do that! Just make him that guy. Make him the dark, scary dude in the corner who wins matches and also, I don't know, occasionally shows up to fucking work.
Just sits there and makes you
Or
think that you need someone to help you out.
Continue to pay him.
Keep it going.
Continue to pay him $1.5 million to do nothing. And Triple H, if you're listening, I'll take less than half of that to do absolute fuck all. And I promise you, I'll do absolute fuck all better than everybody. You're gonna pay me? I won't even show up. I won't bother nobody. So that's an offer from me to you, Hunter. Now that we're friends and all. No, I'm kidding. No, can't have that.
Yeah, no, latest rumor is that Stone Cold Steve Austin is expected to return soon and give a major rub to
LA Knight.
somebody on the roster. That's
LA
who
Knight.
I think it's
LA Knight.
Yeah.
What?
No.
Yeah.
No.
What?
Yeah.
No.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What? That
Yeah.
promo
Yeah.
writes itself. Give him his money.
Let me talk to you.
Give Stone Cold $25,000 in a paper bag.
I just want Stone Cold to come out during the LA promo and get on the microphone and be like, well, hell, son, you sound just like I do. And then go into that. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Oh, you're so back again.
But here's when Stone Cold offers LA Knight the beer, let LA Knight stun Stone Cold.
That would be great. That would be great.
Like they go do the toast, Austin hits the double birds, and then out of nowhere, fucking LA Knight drops him with one. And as he's walking out, grabs the mic. Yeah!
Yeah.
Out he
It'd be
goes.
fantastic.
Fucking made man.
Watch that now happen.
LA Knight.
I mean,
You guys have predicted
it's
things
not as
before.
though things that happen on the show
See, I
haven't
don't
been
think
predicted.
it's predictions so much as they're stealing our ideas.
What was it Paul Hayden used to say? That's not a prediction, that's a
Spoiler.
spoiler. That's a spoiler. You're
Yeah,
welcome.
it's not a prediction.
LA
it's a
Knight,
spoiler.
next number one guy.
Maybe
Yep.
we're all just psychic.
We're psychotic.
Or
I knew I
sidekicks.
left a letter out of there.
We could be side items.
Well, you kind of already are. I think you're a side chick.
That could be a side piece. We'll never know.
You kind of already are.
Side.
I'm not engaging in this
I
conversation.
just started the side talk. I was,
You
just,
know,
I was just going with it. You remember what I told you earlier about growth? Trying to be a better person.
I'm sorry, I gotta look that. I'm
Get in my fucking way and stuff. All right. Who we got next?
Maybe we should try being a taller person.
Aha! SmackDown emanated
Oh,
from
it's
Madison
Edge and Morgan
Square
Wallen.
Garden. His name is Grayson Waller. 25th anniversary at Madison.
We completely agree, Derek. It would be.
And eventually it got to, and you're here to announce your retirement, right? Like, goodbye, Edge, and stuff.
So
And
long.
he goes, have any early retirement plans? I mean, I know when the day, he says, but you haven't had your debut here yet, have you? And he's like, no, I haven't. And Edge just goes, well, I've talked to somebody backstage, and it's going to be you. He comes to the outside of the ring. He takes a run, jumps through the bottom and middle rope.
Kind of like what
Pop-
Sami Zayn used to do with the tornado.
Yeah,
DDT
pops
turnbuckle.
up and jumps up, hits a stunner, right?
Yeah.
He does the jump through. He gets the roll up in the air.
Spear. Yeah.
1, 2,
I saw
3. He's laying in the corner. Edge looks at him and goes, you swam.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the match itself was worth the entire show.
That is
Smack.
very akin to was it the Shawn Michaels? I always use this. I remember like with Brett and Dynamite or not Dynamite Kid, Brett and 1, 2, 3 Kid. They had their moment of respect afterward. When Shawn Michaels hit that super kick on Shelton Benjamin during the Golden Rush tournament in
Yep.
05. The super kick that's still in the video package. You know what I mean? That's what that reminded me of. No. I see it in
Nathan
future
Wallace?
form. Yeah, Nathan Wallace. The guy
Oh, and by the
the
way,
guy from Rico.
I know how much I know how much you don't understand Australia because
That place doesn't exist.
Number
That's
one,
not real.
Australia is just UK's jail.
Yeah,
and that's what it's always been, and that's what it's always. I have to be totally honest. I'm over. Edge's nostalgia has worn off.
I thought you were going to.
Well, that's why he's retiring, and
But he's not going to retire. He's going to go to AEW and wrestle Christian.
That's fine.
And there's not a soul that can tell me that I'm wrong. I'm
not a soul that can tell me that that's a bad idea.
Anyway, there's nothing he does right now that I'm. After the Judgment Day, and you guys can go back, I've ranted for weeks about how boring Edge was. To me, he was and still is. There's nothing he's doing that's exciting. Even if he were wrestling Rollins for the world title right now, I'd be like, I'm
over it.
Yeah.
We've seen it. He does the same.
He'll come out.
He'll for how many years now?
Edge's promos are very intense and they're very good. And he plays smarmy prick really well. Number one, he's not a heel right now, which he should be because that's where Edge's wheelhouse is.
Yes.
He's going to wrestle Cena in an offshoot UK show.
I don't want him to see him try to bring the Brood Edge back
He's done it 8 fucking times.
Or some
First
shit
off,
like
the
that.
last Brood Edge was terrible.
Yeah,
I need to stop talking about going back to who they were or whatever they were and do something fucking new.
What's up, John? I remember how excited we were when he came back because we thought there was going to be something, right? And I feel like they had that window at Mania to put the belt on it. And when they missed it,
when they allowed Christian to go away and didn't sign him,
when they missed their opportunity to make Edge the champion and want to keep him a babyface, especially after the bullshit with the Judgment Day, I just like, buddy, I'm happy you're here, but you're all right. Remember what we were talking about last week? How like Cody Rhodes feels very mid card right now.
Yeah,
motherfucker, watch you turn Edge heel, have him go off TV for a month and a half. And then when Cody's got not shit to do, there's your fucking.
You mean when Brock's done picking the fucking carcass?
Cody. Anyway, but honestly, outside of a program with Cody, which we've never seen before, maybe. Well, you can't really say a program with Orton because they did that when Edge first came back. Who right now would be entertaining enough, unless Edge decided to go to NXT for a stint? Because he could do some stuff with those young guys.
Yeah. I'm with what Luke said, and where they lost it when they didn't re-sign Christian.
Agreed.
Because everybody wanted. I would much rather
we saw him hug in the Rumble.
I would much rather see the two of them either as a tag team or against each other than Edge on a solo run against anybody. And I don't give them, both Edge and Christian and both Hardy Boys.
They want that program. Yeah.
The four of them in some sort of program before they all retire.
Even Tracy Smothers is actually who it was.
That's not the who it is.
Anyway, when he's done with this guy, where is he going to... So he's done in August. He got another month. Yeah. Is this his last program? Now, he's going to go out and do the job, obviously. Has to do the service. But even if he gets to AEW, we want to see him with Christian. No. You could do Edge and Punk. No one would give a shit about Edge and Joe. No.
I think Edge is... I personally think Edge is too far past his prime.
I don't think he's past his prime. I just don't think there's a place for him.
I don't want a single...
I'm not saying he's done, but I'm saying he's over that hill here. I don't think
now, if he's surprised... But what if
he's more like a 4.5 star superstar?
What if he surprised us and went to, like, Impact for a hot minute? Just to wrestle some of the Japan against completely new opponents to the American audience.
That could be cool.
That could be awesome. Let him go to Mexico and do the same thing.
Grab those AEW tag titles with Christies, because that's what people want.
But Edge and Christian against FTR, though?
Will be good.
Will be good, especially because they have legitimate history. But even the Bucks too.
Yeah.
But even then, you gonna give a shit about them versus the Ass Boys? Maybe for the fun promos.
I don't know. That might be
for the fun promos, but it's not gonna work out. I mean, there's no payoff for Edge right now. He's not as hot as he was when he came back. There's nothing that's gonna make him that hot going to AEW. He's not gonna get a singles run, and if he does, he'll get close to the world title and lose.
Well, what you do in AEW is you team him and Christian. He is
essentially a novelty act.
Or him turn on Christian this time.
Right now.
So that being said, though, use that. Make him a novelty act.
Yes.
Make him your for the WWE. Make him your Undertaker. Come back once a year for the next 4 or 5 years. Do something big. Do something special. And then fuck off. AEW with, or you want to put somebody over? Call Edge. Keep him on payroll. Well, I'm not saying don't pay the man. Don't get him some money in his pocket. But figure out what the fuck ain't. And talking to Mason Ryan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, biggest star in the business, historic return. Who the fuck are you? Right. And I get the WWE's going to make this guy a star off of this, but You really think dude who looks like Tall Miz with half of Miz's charisma and just as much athleticism as Baron Corbin is going to be the next big guy? Is that the guy we should be spending Edge's retirement on? Or should we find somebody else?
No, I believe this was legitimately a one-off just for Madison Square Garden.
Then, if that's the case, what are you doing after that? Because you got a month left. Yep. Make it special, make it important, or stop fucking doing it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep.
Hit me with the next one.
Hit me with the next side.
All right, we've got some discussion to talk about.
Yeah, we do.
So,
hold on. Tell the people where we're at. I gotta pee.
All right.
I want to pee so I can focus on this.
Yeah. After the explosion at Money in the Bank, we had what was supposed to be a tribal council or behind the magic.
I got it.
A tribal council court thing that they didn't end up doing. It was literally a waste of time.
They have promoted several times over the past couple of years that have never done once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. When the Usos were put on council, or Sami Zayn or whoever it was somewhat of a council. But no, Roman's was bullshit. And but I'm the tribal chief.
Yeah.
I'm the only one that can call a council. So there is no council because I didn't fucking call it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Anyway, they watch it.
Yeah.
While tied up in the ropes, send Jimmy to the hospital, of course. Jay comes back. Paul Heyman goes to Roman Reigns and is like,
yeah.
No. Kangaroo court. That's funny. And it's like, well, if he wants to find me, I'm in the ring. Goes out at the end of the night, puts a hurting on fucking Solo Sikoa with a steel chair, Roman Reigns as well.
Yeah.
Picks up the belt and says, accept my challenge, so I can't wait to kick your ass again. And now we're off to SummerSlam.
This is one of those weird ones, right? Because, like, I personally want Roman to break the record. Hogan's record, at least.
I don't think it's going to happen.
But
it's too long.
But if we're going to pull the trigger, and we said this was Sammy, we were wrong. Now's the time.
For Jay, it has to be now.
Because Jay's, like we said with Cody. Cody's never going to get as hot as he was against Roman. Jay's not going to be this hot again. Because if they want to build him up, they essentially have to start from the beginning.
Well, the first time they did this with Jay,
and
this
Jimmy
isn't the first time.
Beginning.
Yeah, this isn't the first time. You've had enough build.
Uh-huh.
There's been enough story. There's enough investment from the crowd. And Jey Uso, hit it now. Don't.
But again, if the internal talks are true and they want to be done with the storyline,
makes sense.
It doesn't though, because Roman's got to have a comeback against Jay, and that keeps the bloodline story going. Is Jay the right guy?
The Usos, what's going to happen? Solo Sikoa is going to turn on.
Sure.
And then you're going to have the bloodline as those three going forward.
And then bring Roman back as a babyface.
And when the fight against this bloodline gets to that point where they need somebody, then you go and grab
It's as hot as it's ever been, and it's great. But as wrestling fans, as people who have watched wrestling our entire lives, do you want to watch the story about the Usos, Roman, and Solo Sikoa for the next year and a half?
No,
right now.
Right now?
Right now. Just yes or no.
I could.
Do you want to?
No, I haven't wanted to for the last 3 years.
Do you want to?
Not for that long.
Okay, now let's go. There's still so much meat on that table. Still other people you can bring in. You can do more shit with Jay and Jimmy. There's a lot left. But what about after WrestleMania this year? Nothing. So the question is Jay the guy to end it now, or is Jay the guy we keep waiting to win come April?
I don't know, man.
That's my thing. I'm not to the point where I'm bored yet, but I recognize the potential for boredom very, very quickly.
Well, here's the deal. To beat Hulk Hogan's record, which we'll talk about the record things.
It's another year.
It's SummerSlam of next year.
Yeah,
I have the numbers written down, but we'll talk.
Yeah, we'll get into that later. But my point is, he would have to hold on to that title till August or September of next year.
473 days, which is over a year. Can we feasibly sit here and do this show every week and still make this sound? I'm not saying it. Let's say even for Devil's Advocate, it is entertaining for the next year. What the fuck do you do after the fact that keeps us in great? Maybe Roman is the linchpin. Maybe that's why it's so good. They put the belt on Jay in another year and a half, and then what? He wrestles Jimmy? Still a continuation of the bloodline. He wrestles LA Knight. Maybe LA Knight's big payoff. But if that happens, it's an issue.
Here pretty soon, Cape Girardeau's having a super show around here pretty soon.
Yes, it is.
There's a lot of wrestling back on the live tour.
Yeah.
Which is great because that means they're going to start marketing back down to like around us,
And
SIU,
saying, but
college camps.
The Midwest, where we are, because if you guys don't know, we're from Southern Illinois. So we're like right at the tail end of. We're basically Northern Kentucky, Southern Illinois, Western Indiana, and Eastern Ohio.
All the same.
But right now, there's a major bidding war for all this territory. So there's so many open avenues for AEW, the WWE, the NWA,
And everything. It's good to see stuff starting to actually come back to
Yeah.
normal. Hit us with the next slide.
Yeah, that's the next
We're going to talk about Raw. I've got an axe to grind.
Okay, grind it.
Actually,
Everyone talks about Dominic Mysterio
Mhm.
in an unflattering light. Even though I have tried to tell them that he's the second Kevin, no one listens to me. However,
No one will up.
for the belt, okay, Finn Balor fucks that up.
Mm-hmm.
Comes out and attacks. Damien's gonna cash in. Okay, Finn and Damien start fighting, as you can see from the picture on your left. The entire time they're fighting, Seth Rollins is getting away.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see Dominic start going, "Hey guys,
I need to win this match. Yeah.
well, no. Hey guys, he's getting away. Hey guys, he's getting away." And they're not listening to him. So what does Dominic do? He goes to the outside of the ring to try to drop Seth Rollins again, and eats a pedigree for being the only one in Judgment Day
Doing
that
his
has
job.
his head on his fucking
No,
shoulder.
that's fair. That's completely fair.
And he got that head smashed to the ground.
Also,
didn't he?
I would like to point out that the match itself, for the fact that Dominic's debut match in WWE was Seth Rollins at SummerSlam, during the pandemic, this match's quality was 10 times. They're messing up.
We always talk about
I
Dom.
think it should be the Guerrero name.
Well, he's already got.
He's
the
already
tights.
Guerrero.
Yeah.
But they need to.
Eddie Guerrero's his
They-
biological
But they
father.
need to allow him to
He
use
only
it.
lost custody because Rey Mysterio cheated
They
in
need
a
to
ladder
allow
match.
him to
Oh,
use
they
that
can
name.
Guerrero.
I don't know why they don't.
Where's Mickey?
Yeah. which is cheap. Anyway, Dominic gets lost in this shuffle we talked about last week. They're doing the dissolution of the Judgment Day while the Bloodline story is going on. It's too much. Why not let the Judgment Day come as a united front? Also, the trope of the leader of the faction, breaking down the whole group so he's the only one who's successful, right? So every faction model is pretty much based off of the Four Horsemen.
Yes.
Ric Flair
Essentially.
never once got involved when Tully had a world title shot.
Because he had Arn, he didn't have to.
Doesn't matter. He never tried to get in as the leader and be like, I have to be more important. The Four Horsemen gimmick was we need all the belts no matter how badly we get them.
Dom being pedigreed is just as worse as Seth beating Dom with the kendo stick
Right.
during the.
Number
See,
one,
but-
we will never refer to Dominic Mysterio, Guerrero Jr. the Fourth, on this show again as Dom.
First off,
Dirty
his name
Dom.
is Dirty Dom. He was in the clink.
You're the one that
He's
said
hey,
Dom,
okay.
Dom,
First
Dom.
off, hold on. Now let's be honest here. He got a Lexus for his birthday when he asked for a Mercedes. His father is an asshole. He's on the road all the time. Eddie made house visits.
Yeah, you know
and
what?
shit.
You know what?
while he
I
was
bet
still
you
alive.
The American Nightmare Cody Runnels in this show ever again. Number two, fuck Dominic Mysterio.
Hey, hold on,
Number
wait a minute.
three,
Hold on. Here's the deal, Caleb. Here's the deal. Dom is such a professional that he had 27 times that he could have pulled a shank from his boot and stabbed Cody anytime he wanted to, and he wants Cody to remember that. That's why when they said it catering and they're eating
His food, he pulls the shank out of his boot and uses it for his knife.
as the only real criminal in this room, I'm a little offended.
Well, I don't know what to tell you, man. You should know.
I'm a little bothered.
If Tully wasn't with the Four Horsemen, he would have won a world championship.
Agreed. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he would have.
Well, I don't know.
Well, hold
Because the
on.
Horsemen made Tully
If
Blanchard
Dominic had
Tully
been
Blanchard.
with the Four Horsemen, they would have had all the championships.
True.
If Ole hadn't turned on Dusty at War Games,
Uh-huh.
yes, you could have put the belt on Tully. Because you could have led right into Magnum, barring the accident, into Magnum taking the belt off of Tully. And it would have given Ric Flair a reason to come back to Wrestle Magnum. That I would buy.
That I would buy, but at the same time, would it have been as relevant? Would he have been as relevant if he hadn't turned on Dusty?
No. And Tully really was only a one-time champion material.
Tully Blanchard. Well, here's the deal. Dominic Mysterio has fucked bigger people than you in prison.
I will put Roman noodles on his pillow and make him my bitch for 6 weeks.
Hey, here's the deal.
What?
You don't talk about dirty Dominic Guerrero like that in my fucking presence. Okay? I can't help it that you're a son of a plumber, of a plumber, of a son of a plumber, can't get the fucking job done. He lost to Roman. He lost to Brock. He's lost to everybody other than The Miz since he's been back.
See what I deal with?
What do the 5 fingers say to the face?
Smack! All right, here's what the next one.
But hold on.
Okay,
go back to that.
back. Yeah.
The thing I said last week, and I want to reiterate because it happened here too, right? When Finn Balor and Damian Priest got into their argument, yes, Dom is actually doing the hard work and like trying to get them back in the match and then eat shit for it. But the story isn't that Dominic lost a world title shot here. The story immediately reverts back to Finn and Priest, which is all good.
Well, the only reason he lost, though, was the disqualification.
5 years old, gets a shot at the world title, doesn't have the support of his friends, and immediately goes back to, well, former Universal Champion Finn Balor and current Money in the Bank holder out there with a fucking little beanie, just sitting. Nothing. Women's World Champion, #1 woman in the business right now. Not even a factor in this.
But that's my point.
Yeah.
Dominic was the only one trying to better the Judgment Day.
It's booked ass backwards, and it's coming off the tails of the bloodline, and it's not good.
Dom should be the leader of Judgment Day. He really should.
I'd almost buy that.
If Damian goes that takes higher precedent than the group rising to the top.
I agree.
Also, Finn Balor accepting NXT World Heavyweight Champion Carmelo Hayes' offer for the Judgment Day to come to NXT.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
So now we're really getting to see that third brand option. It's no longer developmental. It's no longer underlings. They're turning NXT into a viable third distinctive brand.
But as that reflects with the Judgment Day, do you think Finn becomes NXT champion? Can Damian Priest still cash in the Money in the Bank title?
The Money in the Bank title,
you're already billing that wants a shot at the world title. Can you keep Judgment Day intact if Finn Balor walks out NXT champ, Rhea Ripley's still women's champ, and Damian Priest is the world champ on Raw?
No.
I didn't think so.
Because Finn Balor is still pissed off that he cost himself.
And you can only have one world champion in a group.
Because when they started doing the push for Finn and Seth was never about the title.
Right.
Like, they didn't book it as, I want that championship that you cost me, blah, blah, blah. It was, you laughed at me when I got hurt and had to give the belt back. You took it from me. It was never really about the belt. It still isn't.
But that's the point here, is that now that they've laid the seed so much, the Judgment Day is going to dissolve regardless. Finn Balor could go off tomorrow, win the NXT World Title, and leave the group, and still be NXT World Champion Finn Balor.
Or you bring in Joe Gacy and add him to Judgment Day.
We do love Joe Gacy.
We do.
Yeah. Big Joe Gacy.
Yeah, for sure. The dude is genius. I mean, he hangs out with the Rock's daughter, Bugs.
Bugs Bunny.
They should call her the Gem. Never letting this go.
I really wish she would let that go. It's never going to happen. That's a stripper's
They're going to call her the Gem.
That is a stripper's name.
They could also call her the Diamond.
Diamond is definitely a
Diamond is as well.
Mercedes Lexus.
She was
whatever.
lovely. Next.
All right. The FDA is being asked to look into Logan Paul's energy drink, which has the caffeine of 6 Coke cans.
Are we talking about his drink Prime?
Prime.
Yeah.
The energy drink has 6 Coke cans full of caffeine. How did the FDA allow that to take fucking place in the first place? Ain't that what the FDA is supposed to be?
Because it's not qualified under soda or a soft drink or an energy drink. It's qualified under a sports drink.
So you
That's
don't
a fair
have to have a
assessment,
license to
then,
sell
still
it,
You
or
do,
what?
but
You
here's
don't have to have it checked out.
You do, but here's what happens, right? So the FDA has a number of classifications that have to meet certain requirements. The only reason they're looking into it is because of its qualification. If it qualified as a soft drink, soda, anything other than a sports drink required for athleticism and hydration, they could have easily shut that down. But because it qualifies the same thing as Gatorade, Powerade, Prime, or not Prime, what's that other one? The Sobe. There's another one I'm trying to think of. The ocean water, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Anyway, because it qualifies as a sports drink, it doesn't meet the qualifications of a soda or an energy drink. So it could have gone on, and mind you, Prime's only been on the market for like a year and a half.
Yeah.
So they very well could have been in litigation about this for the last 6 months. It's just now coming to fruition in court. That being said, dosing somebody with 6 times the amount of caffeine as Coca-Cola is irresponsible and gross.
Yeah.
Potentially, he has been knowingly trying to sell a overly caffeinated drink for the last.
Not only that, but
that
realistically,
he aims his children.
Well, realistically, teens, young adults, and kids are Logan Paul's primary audience.
I don't care what your age or health is.
Favorite influencer peddling it, of course you're going to buy it.
Well, it's hard to stay alert when you're having a heart attack.
He's right.
It's not a sponsor, but it could be. It's not a sponsor, but it could be.
I only had one. Heart attack, not cigarette. I've had one.
He's had several of those. Here's the deal. You're right. It's disgusting.
It is, but again, there's also, look, you guys watch the show every week. I know it's in here. I drink it full knowing the consequences of my drink. Now, not saying that kids can be held responsible, but kids aren't the ones walking into the counter. Mom and dad are.
Well, see, but here's the deal.
Let me finish my thought.
Go ahead.
Mom and dad want to make the kid happy because kid loves Logan Paul. Kid comes up and says, Mom and Dad, this is Logan Paul's drink. Can I have one? Of course you can. Mom and Dad pay for it. They don't know what it's about.
Yes, granted. My thing is that with Prime, if you're going to put that much caffeine in it, it should be an age-restricted drink.
Or have a warning.
Or have a big warning on it.
It does.
All the bottles I've seen,
it has a visible. Every single drink, any single drink that sells anything with caffeine in it at all, has an augmented thing right underneath their QR code or whatever, the scan code basically, stating how much caffeine the drink has in it. Now it's just based in the nutrition facts, and it's not a warning. But again, why should I warn adults about what they're putting in their body if they're not responsible enough to read it? Kids are different. But kids don't buy it. Parents do. Now, yes, does a teenager go and buy the Prime at the gas station while they're 17 and they're on their way to basketball practice? Absolutely. But if mom and dad didn't go, hey, let me see that bottle. Let me see what you're drinking. And mind you, parents only ever have those conversations when it comes to drugs and alcohol. They never have those conversations about caffeine and the adverse effects. They were never taught to. Now, they have a legitimate reason to. But who in their right mind is going to look at their 17-year-old who wears Logan Paul shoes, Logan Paul's hats, Logan Paul shirts, listens and watches Logan Paul's podcast
Well, first of all,
week?
that kid is way too fucking spoiled.
I agree. But my point is, do the parents who already bring me my belt? Yes. Fuck that. Now, it's not Logan Paul's fault. The FDA exists because it's the FDA's responsibility.
No. It's
And
not
nothing-
Logan Paul that I'm
Nothing
upset
should
about.
be allowed on the shelves without the FDA confirming every
And now,
thing about
we have
it.
a bunch of fucking kids, like my son, whom I love, who's still in this chat, with stupid haircuts, like my son, whom I love, who's still in this chat, drinking
Nerd
this shit by the gallon.
Your son's got a pretty
Why?
Hit us with the next one, big man. All right. Now, I come across this, and I just think that it's too weird not to talk about.
Sure it is. We just spent 45 minutes on
Time
Logan
out,
Paul's
time out,
Gatorade.
Time out. Who is that on the left?
LA Knight.
Yeah,
Who is it?
LA Knight.
yeah.
Thank you. Who's that on the right?
Elias.
No.
Yes, it is.
No, that is Elias's
That's-
younger brother.
Elias
Ezekiel.
doesn't have any younger brothers.
His name is Ezekiel.
It's not true.
Just listen.
I'm listening.
Now, I'm not a detective by no means.
We know.
I don't have a license.
You didn't have one.
I don't
make
claim
one
to
for
be
you.
the
No, it doesn't. It looks like LA Knight.
It's
LA
in
Knight
the bloodline.
Yeah.
and not LA Knight. That's
Elias.
what it is.
It's brother.
They do.
Is he-
They've got a very similar jawline, very similar facial. It could be funny.
It's not
Obviously,
an argument.
we're
It's fact.
laughing.
You're looking at it right here. It's right there.
It's not because that's L.A. Knight.
Yeah.
Let me talk to you.
No.
And that is Elias.
Ezekiel. See? Derek.
Derek,
LA
don't
Knight
help him.
and Ezekiel
Don't
look
help
like
him.
long lost
Don't
twins.
encourage his behavior.
Thank you, Derek. Yeah, that's see. I'm not crazy, okay?
Well,
Yes,
that's
you
Just
are.
like I know
Alright,
that
That's
Mr. Perfect.
I might be going too far.
Hold on. Just like I know that Mr. Perfect is a child.
Yeah,
Once
it is.
it's Kurt Hennig.
It's Hennig.
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 Kurt Hennig.
Taylor's actually right on this one.
All right. I can settle this argument. You ready?
Yeah.
Next slide, John.
It's fucked up.
Yeah.
Can't believe you did
No.
that to me. Something wrong with you.
Know who that is?
I'm getting closer, like I can't see it right here. That, my friend, is
Cassius
Cassius Ohno.
Ohno, a.k.a. Chris Hero.
I'm glad you went with it like I was
got
going
you, baby.
to, man.
And he is in talks right now to be the Elites, one of the Elites members in Blood and Guts, the upcoming
Now, my question
pay-per-view spectacle.
is he going to be able to fit through the door? Because the last time I saw Chris Hero, he wasn't in shape. By no means.
No, he wasn't. Here's the thing. We've talked about this on the show before. All Cassius... Look, let me get this out, because I have been having this discussion all week long on Twitter regarding another wrestler who's going to come up here in a minute. Okay? We are in a physically presented sport. Okay? Which means your look sort of has to tailor to what you do. There are big guys, there are little guys. Vader was always supposed to look like Vader.
Yes.
Shawn Michaels was always supposed to look like Shawn Michaels.
Yes.
Cactus Jack was always supposed to look like Cactus Jack. Triple H was always supposed to look like Triple H. That's what it is, right? There are very few exceptions where a guy can get a little thick. He was asked to go home and trim up. Not to bulk up, not to put on a ton of muscle, not to get on steroids. Go home, trim up a little bit, because we think you look better on TV.
Yes.
He didn't do that. He got fired. And frankly, I've said it on the show a dozen times. I'll say it again. Fuck him for it.
Where's he at now?
He's the Intercontinental Champion. He's going to be the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion of the game.
It's funny you guys bring that up. We'll talk more about it.
We will. My point here is, during his time in NXT, he had all the tools and all the gifts and the accolades to be much bigger than he was, and he wouldn't do the work. Now, we can't say that Tony Khan expects the same thing,
Right.
but Chris Hero is one of the names being spoken about.
I agree. Here's the thing. Chris Hero is when he was in Ring of Honor the first time was somebody to talk about.
Especially if you look at the climate of AEW right now with Punk, with Joe, with Claudio.
Yeah.
Chris Hero's got a lot of work to do there.
He does. And it could be Ring of Honor's presentation of a wrestling WWE in the last 20 years.
But now that we got that part out of the way, what do you think about Chris Hero coming into the mix as a member? Either, so they haven't said specifically, it's pinning toward the Elite because the idea is that Punk will join the Blackpool Combat Club for that match.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Club and be next to Claudio again,
I got
which is
what
also
you're
a
saying.
possibility.
Okay, well, first off, the Combat Club, if he's in fighting shape and looks like the Chris Hero of old, that could be something.
Agreed.
On the other token of that, what you were saying, Punk, it could work. It really could work. However,
if Hero joins the Elite, which obviously
him with the Elite is weird.
But him with Blackpool Combat Club makes sense because him with Claudio.
Yeah. Or Moxley.
No. I don't know, man.
Wheeler. Even though Wheeler is hurt.
Is there a spot for him after? Well, yes.
Ring of
I
Honor.
will say, not just Ring of Honor Collision. There's absolutely a place for
Or
Cassidy.
Rampage.
Yeah.
They're still going.
It is for now. But the point is that he's got
Trainer.
a storied rivalry with Punk that goes back all the way to IWA Mid-South.
Mm-hmm.
Storied rivalry with Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Storied tag team with Claudio. I mean, there is a spot for him, but it's like after Blood and Guts, what do you do with him? You can put him up against Punk and rehash that. You could pair him with Claudio, but Claudio's ROH champ and part of the BCC. You can put him in the BCC, but at that point, I mean, how many members do they need? They just got Takeshita, they just got, well, not just got Yuta, but there are already like 6 of them.
Yeah, I mean, here's the deal. If it's him and he's in fighting shape, because you know Tony Khan's not going to put him on screen if he doesn't.
I don't know about that.
Well, CM Punk wouldn't allow them to do that.
That's true.
Not to dis.
For a couple of one-offs, yeah. Not long-term.
Yeah.
Pay Hero date by date.
Okay.
Make sure he leaves some money in his pocket. But if you're paying him date by date, make sure what he's doing is worth the fucking payout.
That's what I'm saying. Is it worth it?
And then, but also you can flip it around. You can put him with a couple other they're strong. I just don't know that he's got enough in him or enough allure to be like a top guy right now, outside of the faction warfare stuff as a surprise entry.
It could be worth it. What we got next, Big Bear John?
Malachi Black is now officially, strictly an AEW Collision talent. Does not want to work Dynamite, does not want to be booked by the Elite, and is taking his faction to Saturday night seriously. Would choose to go to the show. Yes, he is, Derek.
Yes.
Would choose to go to the show on Saturday nights, produced by wrestlers who take wrestling seriously, and not want to go to AEW Dynamite, where wrestling is booked by Tony Khan and his friends.
Right.
I don't know why a wrestler would do that. Max, do you know?
I have the slightest.
Not a clue. Why would a wrestler who wants to be serious go to the serious show?
I don't know.
No sense.
Yeah, you know what the sad part is? The only reason
HW. Yeah.
that I was invested.
It's different.
But it's familiar. It's different, but it's familiar.
3 weeks, 4 weeks now. Not one bad match yet. They take their time building their stars. They feature their top guys in the main event where they belong. Their main guy is obviously Punk, but he's not on fucking Dynamite singing and dancing like MJF. I love MJF. That's not a knock.
Yeah,
I'm
for sure.
Accounting the differences. And of course, Malachi Black, who comes from a fairly serious wrestling background, wanted to go to the show that takes it seriously. And he's the guy who, if the guy who can appear out of nowhere goes to the boss and says, I want to go to the show where I can do that and people buy it, that's my fucking guy.
So I have a question for you.
Go for it.
That goes kind of along with this.
Yeah.
Do you think that decision of him going to Collision is why the Dark Order's been getting pushed here recently?
Yep. 100%.
Is Tony Khan being like, I could have done this for you?
Dynamite wants to do that with the Dark Order on Wednesday.
Yeah.
But even then, could you have pushed... You could have pushed the House of Black on Dynamite.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
But-
100%.
But now, Tony Khan has a unique ability where he can push both. They're not conflicting. They're not involving themselves in each other's stories.
Tony Khan is doing the one thing that Vince McMahon can never do. He's created his own competition between his two shows.
Which,
To where Collision looks like a completely different program.
if you remember in 05,
Tony Khan did what Vince McMahon could.
05, 06, Raw and SmackDown were competing. But essentially, there wasn't a lot of difference. Right?
No.
Like, there wasn't. Different talent, yes, because that's when the brand split was legit. And different towns and stuff, but you could still turn on the TV at 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock Monday or Thursday or Friday and see a commercial, insert another second-tier match, insert main event, and it was the same formula. But here, we've seen Miro featured twice in 2 completely different styles of matches. even
Also,
though he
you
won.
had Jeff Jarrett and Matt Hardy
Yeah.
as well
And-
on Collision.
Not to say that Collision does negates comedy elements or fun elements, because they
No.
certainly don't. But it's done in a way that protects the wrestling portion of the show.
Yeah.
Which is what's most important. I'm honestly, Malachi Black and Punk is a program I've wanted for a while.
It'll be good.
Because they wrestle very similarly. They've got a very similar build. Malachi's promos in the dark against Punk in the light. Give him, put it on pay-per-view, I'll give you my money. But this is the perfect way to start.
Yep, I agree. What we got next, my man? Yes, it did happen. I'm gonna give you. I'll give you a second.
For those of you that don't know, independent wrestling became famous because of these two.
Yes. Bar none.
Because Ring of Honor, when Ring of Honor was just one big indie company that not everybody who was watching Raw and SmackDown got to see. Because this was after the dissolution of WCW. Agreed, Jared.
What does that say?
But they feel like different brands. Dynamite and Collision, just another brand split.
Yeah.
And Rampage. But yes, but they feel different. Punk and Joe, 3 90-minute main events among a number of other small matches. We got to see, for the first time in almost 20 years, a rematch between Punk and Joe Saturday night on Collision during the Owen Hart tournament.
Yes.
And it was every bit as good as you thought it would be. Punk came out on top, but it was the end of the match. Again, they had a 20-minute TV block, so we had to count for commercials.
Right.
It was never going to be as raw and as good as their indie matches
Well, no,
where there were no
but
interruptions.
we'll wait on that.
But it was a damn good match. At the end of the match, Joe chokes out Punk, fucking tells him I was always better than you, but Punk goes on to go to the finals in the Owen Hart tournament.
Yeah.
The thing about this match, though, is if you watch the Punk and Joe matches like we have hundreds of times, they found a way to have a Punk and Joe match in 20 minutes on TV.
Which is impressive.
They found a way to integrate commercial breaks and rest spots in places they never had. They never got told
Well,
to do so.
here's the deal with AEW that I've noticed that a lot like what NXT does. When you're watching AEW and they go to a commercial break,
Yeah.
they do the picture-in-picture, and you never miss a main event match.
On live TV, they do a lot of rest spots. They might have a wonky bump.
I
here
was
and there,
about to say they've been doing
but
some crazy
They
shit.
do a wonky bump here and there, so the TV has something to throw back to when they come back off the picture. For people who, like me, cannot sit and watch both.
Yeah.
If there's picture-in-picture, I counter this commercial. I get up, I do stuff, I wait till the TV comes back on. But these two, especially,
Which is like I said, if you could choose which one
Yeah,
of those you want to
exactly.
listen to.
But for these two to do a rematch of matches they haven't had in 20 years on TV with a format they didn't have to deal with beforehand, and it still be as good and lead into something different. It was fucking awesome.
Right. Here's the deal. You knew eventually you were going to get this.
But
Obvious.
And somebody either in our group chat or on Twitter somewhere was like, Punk and Joe should have been the main event of the tournament. No, it shouldn't have.
No.
Here's why. Because everyone thinks it should have been the main event, which is why it shouldn't have been. And also, this means when Punk makes it to the finals and
He
is
already
about to
has.
win, Joe can come out, fuck Punk, and then you've got a real main event program.
I seriously believe that CM Punk's actually going to put Ricky Starks over.
So do I. But
Ricky's the right way to go.
And if he does, he can do that off the tail end of a muscle buster, courtesy of Samoa Joe.
Or a distraction
Which
of some sort.
makes Ricky Starks the next up-and-coming guy. The final of the tournament is the final between Punk and Joe, and you can come back afterward and have Joe be like, you cost me the final. Now, you can have Joe come up and be like, I didn't even get to the final because of you. Now we've got real meat. Now we've got something to really work off of.
Yeah, I mean...
That being said, AEW promoted this match well. They also on their website had the Ring of Honor, the 5 or 6 minute Ring of Honor reel going that they made. Fucking awesome. WWE always has the best video packages, but this one specifically, Tony Khan really worked hard. Of course, commercials. Exactly, Derek. You could have watched it all the way through, which is what I was saying. They formatted their match to look and feel like one of the matches they had in 05 when they didn't have a TV in front of them.
Yeah, when they didn't have a time
And it was
limit.
still just as fucking good. It's ridiculous. You see, like, Rock and Austin couldn't do that, right? And there's a lot to be said about it being 30 years later, blah, blah, blah. But even if you'd have taken Rock and Austin like 08, 10 years after WrestleMania, they couldn't have had the same match they had 10 years before.
No.
These guys had not only...
Get to think about when they do that, though, is it really allows for...
Well, they were
AEW
still
can
doing
allow to do that.
pay-per-views, too, so we weren't on syndicated TV.
But that's my point.
Yeah.
Is these guys, even though...
90-minute time limit.
Yeah. So when you go into that, you think, well, me and you, we could have a wrestling match right now.
We absolutely could.
And we would never have to call a spot.
You're goddamn right we would.
They accounted for the commercial breaks because they knew what they could get away with in front of the crowd.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was incredible. You know what else is incredible?
What's that?
Go to TikTok at Pro Wrestling Throwdown 1. You can follow us on Twitter. If you send us an email at prowrestlingthrowdown@gmail.com, we'll get it.
Yeah, we'll
also,
definitely get
you
it.
can go to streamlabs.com/prowrestlingthrowdown where you can access the
Merch store.
And over at the
Merch store.
What do we got, Luke?
Well, for every
Merch store.
dollar that you spend,
I'm so disappointed that you didn't just say merch and look at
that's not my. Remember when I talked about growth? at
No,
the beginning
no,
of this?
no. You let me
I'm
down.
trying to be a better
Let me
person.
down. Well, quit it. I like the old
You
you.
don't like.
I like the shitty you.
You want me the one?
I like
where
the you
they
who
go,
makes me
You
do a
want,
lot
you
harder.
want the one that does this.
He's trying to be
You
more
can
like
follow
Dominic
us.
Mysterio.
Yeah, exactly.
Trying to
Yeah.
be a better person.
Yeah. Anyway,
No. For every dollar you donate or spend,
also while you're at the merch store, actually take a look at the merch. Like our flippers
They are gone.
Oh, are they? Are they off
They
as
are
well?
gone.
Okay. We've still got backpacks. We got knapsacks. We got fucking
trash bag.
trash bags and hip hops. I don't know.
We're working on some
You
new
kids in
stuff.
your 8-track tape.
We got
players.
8-track tapes and Walkmans.
but
Right.
not the players.
Right, but if we could get
Right.
fucking Pro Wrestling Throwdown and Walkman,
I'd wear it.
that'd be fucking cool.
I'd rock
right?
the fuck out of that, man.
Anyway, check it out. Every dollar
Yeah,
you spend,
I
every
don't
dollar you
think
donate,
we
we
do
match it for the
electronics.
free giveaway. At the end of the month, we're giving away a free meet and greet at the October show at AFU Hardcore, where you can meet the entire team.
You'll be part of the live stream we're going to do,
Yes.
as well as you get the show on us.
Yeah.
All exclusive.
So buy our shit.
It's going to be fun.
Buy it.
It's unprecedented.
Fuck
We've
yes,
never,
man. Look at me.
we've
Look at me
never
right now. I'm
actually.
the captain now. Buy my shit. Buy it.
Camera's up
Buy it.
there. But no, I mean, we've never done this before.
No.
This is a once in a lifetime thing.
It's really because we couldn't figure out what we wanted to roll out next.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
We're going to make it great. You'll be able to meet everybody, the people in the production, people behind
The
the
boy,
house.
Wolfie.
I saw it. It looks great.
Atta boy.
He is actually the only one, I believe, that got one. So it is a one of a
One
kind.
of a kind.
Wow.
So
You know
make
what?
sure you wear that.
Wolfie?
Get it signed.
You come to AFU Hardcore, the show we're all going to be at. We will all sign it. Every single member of the production team that's there, including our in-studio correspondents, our in-studio editor, all of us. You bring that shirt, we will all autograph it in a unique way that makes it one of a kind. So if we roll out the same
Even
shirt
though
next
it
year,
is technically one
but
of
if
a
we
kind.
roll out the same shirt next year and somebody else buys it, we won't even sign it the same way.
Well, no. Here's the deal. We're not going to release
Do
that
it.
same design again.
Oh, good.
No, it'll
Yeah,
be
everything that
it'll
we
be a
do
new
for the
design.
4th of July and stuff going forward will be a new design.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So that way, if you buy them,
They will
you'll
come.
only have, donations. Money doesn't go in our pockets.
Nope. All goes back to the show.
All goes back to, I mean, we would be here, we'd be rambling, and just be less entertaining.
It'd be
Less
like
We were
my
already
life.
rambling anyway.
And let's hit the next
We'd
slide.
be here. The
Rebecca.
camera wouldn't.
Exactly. That's a good way to put it.
That's a good point.
Good. Okay.
This is good shit.
This is the best shit. So I won't make the 15th, but I will wear it for the next one after. Well, when we see you in October, if there's not an AFU show beforehand, we will all sign it.
Yes.
This was awesome. Dynamite, MJF, and Adam Cole. Adam Cole's the current #1 contender for the AEW World title. They had to team up. MJF played the corny, best fucking babyface tag team partner ever. It was fantastic.
It's hilarious.
But the reason I included this was because I saw something on Twitter that absolutely pissed me off. Right?
Okay.
If you watch the show, Cole gets up on the apron to do his shtick. MJF stands for the Adam Cole band-aid. And MJF started fucking sport running around him. And some jackoff on Twitter goes, "Why is MJF running around like Shawn Michaels?" Motherfucker! Wasn't running around like Shawn Michaels. He was running around like Rick and went in to, don't watch wrestling if you're not going to be good at it. That was a Steiner walk because they're a tag team and MJF's a heel. I don't know why I have to explain this to you people.
Best part of that was
What?
when they went on the.
I
When they went on
I
the.
didn't mean to yell at you.
That's okay.
I'll take it.
It's our job to explain
It's
this to
alright.
these people.
Oh, yeah. Good. You're right. You know, Max, gold star.
Just one.
Woohoo!
Just one gold
All right,
star.
for that,
Keep
you get a
selfish,
silver
Chris.
star.
Oh,
No,
It's
the
still a star. You bet.
Roderick Strong coming up to talk to him.
Yeah.
And MJF comes back around the car and they all meet up. And he goes, "Adam, are you ready?" And he looks right at Roderick Strong and goes, "Hi, or what's up, generic wrestler number 3?" Hilarious.
Fuck Rod.
He left the diamond mine high and dry in NXT because that was something that could be done.
Another rant. Here we go. Wasn't a rant. I just like, I understand that not everybody has been watching wrestling their entire lives. I get that. But the first person you see doing that dog walk with Shawn Michaels in your head, and it wasn't Rick Steiner, the guy who... Also, can we talk about the Butcher and the other half of whatever fuck that tag team
Magic
is?
Man Menard.
Can we,
Yeah.
Why is that a tag team? Where's the Blade?
It's a blind eliminator.
I don't give a fuck.
The Blade was... Hold on. The Blade was teamed with somebody who lost to Sammy Guevara and Daniel Garcia on
Rampage?
Yes.
Well, that's stupid, and they should stop doing it.
Just like Jeff Jarrett and Matt Hardy were teamed up, and they lost.
Dumb.
Which, here's the thing. No. If they'd have teamed them up and let them get a good run together as the odd couple tag team.
Oh, I'd have bought Jeff Jarrett and Matt Hardy.
In a heartbeat.
But as far as odd couple tag teams, this is fantastic.
Yeah.
We all know, like, the disingenuous babyface that he was with Cody, but let MJF ride the fake babyface for a minute.
Yeah.
Like, we know you're pretending. Let Adam Cole continue to be like, you're going to turn on me. I know what's coming.
That's the best part of the gimmick.
But let's ride that out. Let's see how far they can get with it before the match.
Like when he had the shirt on, he's like, you didn't wear the shirt.
Yes.
Where have we seen that before?
Hold on.
Come on, man. You're supposed to wear the shirt.
Hold on. All right, okay, so they did that with the Matt Morgan Sting tag team.
That's not the one I'm talking about.
During the, not Hateful Eight. Yeah, the Hateful Eight tag team.
Yeah, that's not what I'm talking about.
Okay.
WWE.
Is that Austin and Triple H?
No.
Angle.
No.
Now who?
Daniel Bryan and
Kane, god damn it!
The
When
Team
Daniel
Hell
Bryan
No
went to Kane,
t-shirt.
and was like, I got the shirt,
And he's like, I must have forgot.
Yeah, I remember now. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's the
But yeah.
same exact thing.
But like, I love serious pro wrestling, but I love goofy pro wrestling when it's done right.
Was done well.
And this is perfect. And also, you know when they have their match, it's going to be a fucking 4-star classic anyway.
Oh, 100%.
I mean, Meltzer's going to give it a 2 because it didn't happen in Tokyo.
Right, and the Bucks weren't a part of it.
Yeah, and then, Russo's going to read about it on Monday and take a shit in his pants.
Yep, that's how it works.
And then it's going to call Bischoff. And
Oh,
Bischoff's...
hey, do me a favor. Meltzer.
I don't have the shit right now.
Well, I thought you had to take a Meltzer.
No.
You're not gonna wipe your.
I took my Mark Russo already.
All right.
However, speaking of Dave Meltzer,
we need to work on that.
Fuck
for next week.
him.
We need to work on that better for next week.
That's it, yeah.
It's a part of that growth that I've been talking.
Again, get it looked at.
That one
There's a
too.
doctor.
That one too.
That's just my face. I can't help it.
Hey, whatever you decide to call it, get yourself through the day, my friend.
Eddie Kingston.
We will get real serious for a
the
moment.
IWGP Never Openweight Championship this past week.
Eddie Kingston is the epitome of everything that is good with professional wrestling.
Agreed.
The man can cut a promo. He makes you feel.
He can fight.
He can fight. He can fly. He can cry.
Or Sean.
Sean would be
the same.
ashamed.
It's not the same. Anyway, the man finally is being recognized in this latter half of his career. Congratulations,
Yeah,
Eddie
man.
Kingston.
Honestly, he's talked about several times about wanting to go to Japan, got the chance, and his debut at Korakuen Hall won the IWGP Never Openweight Strong Championship. And that's just fucking cool, man.
It is. And here's the deal, man. Him and his being the all Jersey, New York, where is he from? The Bronx, something like that. Well, here's the deal. That over in Japan,
Brooklyn.
That over in Japan will make him so
Stroke in AEW right now. We know that. We've talked about that before.
Yeah.
We'd love to
well,
see
him and what's his face is in a thing.
We'd love to see Kingston at the top. He's just not the guy.
No.
But letting him branch off, it's like Vader. Remember, Vader was never top WCW guy until he went to Japan.
Yeah, he was made in Japan.
Let Kingston go to Japan, get some accolades, and then come back to TV and be the #1 guy. And honestly, if they do that, they can still end up with Kingston and Punk in a main event feud in 6 months.
You know how they do that?
How's that?
You put the belt on this belt here,
Yeah,
and you showcase him on TV carrying
consistently on American TV.
Yes.
Yep.
So that way, when you think championship belt, you have
You
Eddie
think
Kingston.
Eddie Kingston the entire.
And there you go. You're off to the races.
Yeah. And like we talk a lot about physique, and yes, this is a flesh business. We're just talking about it. Kingston's one of those few guys who can get away with not looking like your traditional wrestler. And mind you,
even though he looks just like your traditional wrestler.
Mind you, do I personally think that Kingston could use a tan and trim up a bit? Absolutely. But he doesn't look like he can't fight. His conditioning doesn't indicate that he can't go.
And also, you want Eddie Kingston.
He looks like
in the bar.
Exactly. Let him
President.
fucking.
Him and Dom.
Well,
No.
maybe not. Next. Okay. So this is just a fun piece that Bubba Ray Dudley put Matt Cardona through a flaming table this past week. We talked a couple of weeks ago how they've been tuning up on one another on Twitter for a while. They've been doing this for a hot minute ever since Matt Cardona came to the indie deathmatch scene when he challenged Nick Gage at GCW.
Yeah.
They've been going back and forth forever. They finally get a chance. They're not even had their match yet.
Yeah.
This is still just
this
a
is
build
that build up. Yeah.
But it was fucking cool, man. Bully Ray
really
comes
is.
out. Cardona won, beat some jobber. Bully Ray comes out, lays him out, lights the table on fire, power bombs it through. The fucking crowd goes crazy at the ECW arena.
The one person in professional wrestling that I would let powerbomb
I
me through a
love
flaming table.
Bully
Bubba
Ray.
Ray.
And I still say Bully Ray should be a heel in WWE wrestling Kevin Owens. Just for me.
Yep.
I don't need anyone else to like it. It's just for me. But it was fucking cool to watch. And they're finally building. And they've been...
And have Matt Cardona,
Matt Cardona sign it, yeah. Well, Cardona obviously did it, too.
But that's my point.
Yeah.
That's my point, though.
Yeah.
It's
Cardona
like,
being the bane of deathmatch wrestling's existence.
he's the king of deathmatch wrestling.
And for indie fans who consistently hate Bully Ray anyway, this is a perfect,
It's
like,
perfect.
it's fantastic. We will continue to give you updates to the Bully Ray Matt Cardona story.
As they become available.
Yeah.
Now, news at 9. All right. Here's the next one. All right. So, this was passed along to me from the professional.
Lay professional.
Get the info here. Rapper Little Uzi Vert.
Lil Uzi Vert.
It's one of the actual hottest. He's one of the hottest artists around right now, and this is going to be huge for Nakamura.
Mm-hmm.
Nakamura reached out. Nakamura, you can find it on like Spotify, but it's really good. Nakamura's got that. He was the first sing along. People can say what they want, about Seth Rollins and his song, but Shinsuke did it first.
The really cool thing about this collaboration is the rapper not only used like his theme song, but he made this song about wrestling.
Yeah.
Like
So-
it talks about wrestling and like him specifically.
Yeah, it's definitely worth a look or a listen rather. I enjoyed it. I put it on my
Additional listening.
when I tell you.
I just happened to come across
Believe
it one
me?
day.
All right, I'll do it because
Yeah.
it's wrestling related.
Yeah.
But then I'm going right back to listening to Styx, and no one can tell me I'm wrong because most Styx only got a bad rep because most critics are cynical assholes.
It's true. Not gonna do it.
Do it, do it,
No,
do it.
no. That's not necessary.
Not gonna do it. Set an open course.
Woo!
Got to be free. Come sail away. Come sail away.
Come sail away with me.
Yes.
Come sail away.
Okay,
Thank you.
I'm good now. Y'all know what that song is.
Yes, I would let Bully Ray put me through a table too. I would
100%. That's not a euphemism. That's just fact.
euphemism.
Whatever. Potato pecans. I don't know what's like.
Those are. You don't serve mashed pecans at Thanksgiving, you fat fuck.
Well, he
Well, I
might.
only did that once. I'll
It
never do
depends
it
on how
again.
much- It depends on how much you like your family.
That's,
Oh, that's a good point. No, that's a fair point. You know, Max, take you for granted sometimes.
that's a gold star. That's a gold star.
All right, next.
I believe that with that, it is now discussion time.
All right, what do we got?
Okay.
Preface: these all came from the Pro
From
Wrestling
the-
Throwdown group
From
chat.
our group chat
Okay.
on Facebook,
All right.
yes.
Question
Where
number one.
if you're a part of the group, you can join our group chat and
And if you're not,
join in all
you
kinds
suck.
of discussions. And,
Yeah, you can get
That's
your
fun.
questions answered right here.
okay, we have, I pulled 3 questions from our group chat.
All right.
And no specific order.
Okay.
Wolfie wanted to talk about the current Damian Priest and Finn Balor situation.
Hate it.
It's a push for winning that match with Bad Bunny and got all that praise and stuff. Yep. Or
Okay.
cashing back in on Finn Balor at some point if Finn was to be able to take the belt.
Or surprise me and have Jay beat him at SummerSlam and have Damian cash in on Jay. He's off Raw, away from the Judgment Day. You've got a fresh new contender who's going to be a heel.
Could anything. Well, like I said at Money in the Bank, when they beat Roman and they beat him down, I kept saying out loud to everybody that was here, this is the next question. Thank you for that.
Okay. Next, we have a question from Ghostly.
All right.
Wants to know about the women's NXT titles and why were they dissolved?
The tag titles?
Yes.
Okay.
The NXT Women Tag Titles were unified with the WWE Women's World Tag Team Championships.
So there's only one set of women's tag titles.
Well, there was only really need for one due to the fact that the WWE
Down to
and
NXT.
NXT. So there really was.
Remember, too, when they introduced the women's tag titles for just the WWE, almost immediately after, they dissolved all of the standing women's tag teams.
Yeah.
So they had nowhere else to go.
Yeah, that's why it's been dissolved, is because we really only need one set.
Which is
they
good.
only needed one.
Now
set.
we need to put some women together and make some viable tag teams on each brand.
We also need to take the men's and unify the fucking belts into one set of titles.
Or give us separate belts for Raw and SmackDown, but make sure they stay separate this time.
I don't think they will. I think the tag teams will be that branch between the shows where it'll be just one set of titles.
Well, okay, I could buy that though. Because they've never done that before.
Right.
Because the Raw Women's title and the SmackDown Cruiserweight title used to do that. Raw Women's title would go between SmackDown before Divas Championship.
The first draft.
And the Cruiserweight title would bounce back and forth a little bit.
And the undisputed champion was a free agent.
So I could buy the tag titles being the one set of belts that you have to bounce around. And
that would make sense.
But okay, but then do we keep the NXT World Tag Champions?
Because you still have to prove that they can carry tag team titles.
Okay.
The women, you didn't necessarily have to do that.
I'll buy that for now.
Because the women's tag team division doesn't have real women's tag teams.
Well, in 6 months, we'll see what the state of the tag team division is.
Yeah. And then we'll be able to
I'll be able to tell Luke he was wrong.
I don't think I am.
I don't think you are either, baby.
Thank you. That's weird. That's just weird. I'm sorry.
Oh no, honey, weird's coming up.
He got spit in my ear.
Yeah, weird's coming up because we have one. I'm gonna paraphrase. I'm gonna paraphrase just a little bit.
Okay.
But Bull Bronson.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Who
Big
unfortunately is not in the chat right now. Bull Bronson. Essentially, he wants to know about Batista's penis.
It's bigger than yours, but smaller than Bill Clinton's. Next question.
Like, I think he specifically asked how big it is.
Yeah, it's bigger than yours, but smaller than Bill Clinton's.
Actually, it's.
Could tell you, but
I could tell you, but
you
wouldn't believe it. So that's where we'll leave that. So I guess with discussion time made up, please get your questions in for next week.
Oh yeah,
on the Facebook group chat. Like I said, like you said earlier, everybody pops in, everybody sees. But as for right now,
it's time for everyone's favorite segment. It's time for birthdays.
Bullshit.
Max, take it away.
All right. See, as normal, we start with our tribal chief and head of the table.
1,043 days.
1,043 days. That is right.
Knowledge of tribal
for people.
I
just answer my question.
Already working on my question for next week. Thank you. Right. Appreciate it.
Now we had come across something that was kind of debating some of this. I'll let you talk about it, Luke.
Yeah, go ahead and answer the next slide. Okay, Roman Reigns is officially the longest world champion in the WrestleMania area. Say that word, please. Thank you.
Truth, which makes it a lie.
It's not that it's not the whole truth. He is now the official one from the WrestleMania era, but that's not what everyone's watching. That's not the day count that matters. The day count that matters is your longest reign as a heavyweight champion, which
Hulk Hogan's was 1,432 more days. That's almost a year and a half.
Yeah.
I don't want to see it drag on that far.
SummerSlam next year.
And that's just to take what I think is, fourth or fifth slot?
SummerSlam
He's already
next year
fifth. He's already top 5.
Okay.
SummerSlam next year is still a full year from now, which means we go through another Survivor Series, another Rumble, another Mania, and countless, at least 4 SmackDowns he shows up to until we finally get the belt on.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess if you really did it right, but
they're running out of ideas.
Keep me invested for much longer. I'm invested now. In 3
But
months,
for-
I can't
yeah.
guarantee you I'm still
Yeah,
going to
that's,
give
well,
a
that's
shit.
what I'm saying.
It depends on how they
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
What do they do? You know.
Hit us with the next one, Big Guy Jones.
Bless you.
All right, and then we have Gunther,
The real world champion.
and you guys were talking about his transformation earlier.
Yes.
So I'd put that together.
Gunther.
He
Formerly
is,
Walter.
Stands at 364 days today. So tomorrow
Tomorrow
night
marks
on
1
Raw,
full year.
hopefully.
Roman and Gunther keeps me invested because
Uh-huh.
the matches he wrestles, he's not a heel.
No.
He
He's
comes
just
out
a
there
wrestler.
and says, "This mat is sacred. This belt is sacred.
Yep.
And I will defend this championship like a warrior by any means necessary."
Okay, but on that argument,
Yes.
does maybe Gunther get a pass because it's not the world title?
No.
No. I mean, I don't think so either, but for devil's advocate, if he were the world champion, would you be as invested as you are? Or is it because he's the workhorse champion wrestling all the guys who aren't in the world title picture? Because I feel like that's worth a discussion.
I think the reason Gunther is so, in my opinion, is the not only the athletic ability,
Of course.
but he still keeps the mystique.
Yeah.
And he was settled with the fucking name Gunther.
Yeah.
And has rose to the occasion.
Agreed.
And is becoming the most. If he's not the longest reigning, but as far as I'm concerned, he's the most defending Intercontinental Champion we've had
100%.
in the last 20 years.
But again, if that wasn't the Intercontinental title and it was the world title, would you feel the same way?
Yes. And the reason that I would is because of his run with the NXT UK Championship.
Agreed.
He was a dominant heel.
But let's consider
no one
1 month.
Okay.
And get people invested because it's the Intercontinental title and you're Walter. If he was world champion, could he do the same thing with a guy like Jinder Mahal for the belt?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I don't know if he could. And that's all, honestly, the best
If
thing for
Roman
him.
Reigns can get over not only Matt Riddle, but Rey Mysterio, Logan Paul, all these people that he's made main event matches with and made them look believable, yes.
I don't disagree. I don't know. I feel like, and I've never expressed this before, but I feel like Gunther does have somewhat of a safety net. Albeit small.
I don't think so.
Albeit small and controlled, but I feel like we'd be having a different discussion if he was world champion, which we'll see, because he's going to be world champion.
Well,
by the end of next
I've
year.
done one on record about a month back saying that he's my pick for the Royal Rumble already.
Anyway.
But yeah, 365 days tomorrow, Monday Night Raw. He will team with Ludwig Kaiser to take on Drew McIntyre and Matt Riddle.
Oh, gross.
Sheamus, although this week on SmackDown had a hell of a United States title match
Yes,
with
he
Austin
did.
Theory.
Austin Theory,
of course, taking it.
Yeah.
But here's the deal. Gunther's only going to get better. He's still in the prime of his career. He's still a young man.
Still young, still in his early 30s.
And look at the fucking guy. He's put together like a brick
They
shit
sent
house.
him home and said, come back to work or don't come back. And he showed up for work with his boots laced. So.
Yep. Congratulations, man.
Yeah.
1 year is in this climate is something. Next slide. All right, what do we got here?
Well, Seth freaking Rollins.
Seth Franklin Rollins.
That's right.
What is he sitting at?
43 days.
43 days. He's the world heavyweight
Why
champion.
are we talking about this at only 43 days, Luke?
Because the World Heavyweight Championship that they had, the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, is not sharing the lineage with the World Heavyweight Championship. So as of right now, Seth Rollins is not only run for 43 days, but he's setting the record.
Yep.
So what belt is that?
That is the WWE World Heavyweight Championship.
Yep.
Not to be confused with the World Heavyweight Championship.
And Seth Rollins is clocking
This
in.
is a WWE World Heavyweight Championship, not a World Heavyweight title.
Seth Rollins is clocking in at 43 days strong as the inaugural champion.
Yes.
Which
How
is
long
just a
will he
little
hold
over a
on
month,
to
but
it?
we've seen shorter reigns.
We don't know.
We'll find out.
Next.
All right. It is now time for birthdays.
That's a cool picture.
Yeah, just check that out.
That's a cool picture.
I see Sweet Tea. I see Luchasaurus Rex. I see Special K. I see a Beluga Whale. I see Pro Wrestling Throwdown. I see my face.
Beluga Whale, what?
That is not
No,
well.
no, that's the fucking, what's the bird's name?
Harold.
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 Yeah, Harold. I see John Squatch. I see Snake.
Max Conda.
Max Conda. Okay. All right. Well, those are all of all the pictures I've seen. Those certainly one.
I also appreciate the birthday princess crown that
That's
I'm wearing.
right.
It's all
Appreciate that.
just for you.
All right, can we hit the next slide so he'll stop?
All right,
touching me?
it's time for birthdays now, and we have quite a few. So
Big sexy Kevin Nash,
Careful.
WWF World Champion, former Impact World Champion, former multiple-time tag team champion, and WCW.
Champion of your mama's bedroom.
Yeah.
I wish she was champion of
I take
mine.
that title.
Also played in the German version of the NBA Extension League when he was in college.
Played in Punisher.
He was a professional basketball player before he was a wrestler.
Motherfucker was a
Has been
shredder.
in several movies. Super Shredder, The Punisher, my dad, true story. That being said, Kevin Nash is 64.
65.
Kevin Nash is 64 years old.
Oh!
today.
Oh! Got the diesel fucking hit. Oh!
Second birthday today.
Oh yeah, Johnny B. Bad.
Mark Marrow.
He was
Sable's ex-husband.
He's the one that didn't want to fight Brock.
Yeah.
Uh,
Actually, no. Johnny B. Bad in the territory days before he got signed to WCW was one of the top heels in the business.
former 3-time WCW television
Yeah,
champion.
went to WCW, had a fairly successful small run. Went to the WWE, signed as Mark Marrow.
Won the Intercontinental title.
Went to the Intercontinental.
61.
How about 63 years old today?
I got a second one, you suck. How come you never get as excited when
How come you
good at coming from?
I am.
Hey, Shelton Benjamin, former superstar of OVW and various other programs. Former WWE World Tag Team Champion,
One of the
former
greatest
Intercontinental Champion, former US Champion, former ECW World Champion, former Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champion, former... Was he OVW Tag Champ? I know.
Yes.
With Brock. Trying to think. Did he have any belts during a single run in Japan? I don't believe he did.
I don't think so.
All right. That being said, Shelton Benjamin's 48 years old.
Shelton Benjamin is, I'm going to price it right, you 49 years old.
Are you looking at my paper? Like, can you see it from there,
Nope.
Caleb? Shelton Benjamin is 48 years old today.
Sorry, I'm. You know what? I apologize.
I can't wait for you to lose this game.
Me either.
Next.
At least one of us is having fun and not looking like a
Hey!
Tomorrow, July 10th, we have the
Gilbert. I said
Gilbert.
Gilbert.
The infamous Dwayne Gill.
Dwayne Gill is one of the coolest, nicest fucking dudes in wrestling, and he got bullied by Bill Goldberg. That's a true story. Fuck Bill Goldberg.
He was the light heavyweight champion, WWF.
Yeah.
The only singles title I think he's ever held. I'm gonna say he's every bit of. Fuck, he was old when he was just a Wayne Gill. 71.
53.
He is 64.
I'll
years
still
old
win, because
tomorrow.
fuck you, that's why.
Now I'm gonna go.
That's
for
4 to
now I'm
nothing.
gonna-
4
now-
to nothing.
now I'm
Alright.
gonna go for the clean sweep and lose every one of these. Let's do this.
No, you're
Okay,
not.
well-
Let's do this.
Also on the 10th, we have one memoriam.
That's right. That is Johnny Grudge.
1966, 2006.
One half of the most controversial tag teams of all time.
As a man who's not a fan of Public Enemy, I would just say rest in peace, and I will shut my cake.
Innovators of the tables.
Bull Bronson's here.
Hey, Bull, we answered your question earlier. All right, hit us with the next one.
All right, on the 11th, we have 2 birthdays.
Jesus. Is this
That
Dad Freddy Krueger? Look at those fucking
This
teeth.
is this Tyson kid.
He could bite an apple core.
Well, you
through a
see his
fence
hair?
post.
His
Oh, he
bangs.
forgot some. He forgot some.
Forgot some shit. He's wearing eyelashes on his forehead.
Last trained
Heard Sam makes love like a member of the bloodline.
Solo.
Sam! Oh!
That's
Nice.
hilarious.
Wait, who's Sam?
I don't know.
We don't have a Sam on the show. Anyway, Tyson Kidd, former tag champ, a
So
couple times.
last superstar to be trained in the Heart Dungeon.
Yeah, that's really all I got for you.
Samoa Joe broke his neck.
Natalia's husband,
That's probably what he's most known for.
and you know what? Good
Well,
for him.
just guess his age. That's all.
Go ahead, look.
Wait, who is this?
Tyson Kidd. Don't worry, it's okay. Nobody cares who he is.
43. I said 43.
I really think he's younger, but I'm going to say 44 just to play it safe. Because I think he's like 40. But...
Well, Tyson Kidd will be 43 years old.
43, yeah.
What?
Look, got a point!
Finally.
Got a point.
Yeah! There we go!
Woo! You suck!
About time you started that. Whack!
Hey, from now on, when Max gets quiet over there, I'm going to be like, he's off doing his bloodline thing.
What's that? Chanting in a circle and lighting a fire?
Also on the 11th.
That is Jeff Cobb.
Yeah, it is. Suplex Machine.
Man, I really don't know many of Jeff Cobb's accolades.
Well, he was in Lucha Underground as
Double Cuerno's brother,
which was great.
Yeah.
Former NJPW Tag Team Champion.
I know he's of the Samoan lineage, or is he Tongan?
He's Tongan.
Yeah. Yeah, he's one of the Pacific Islands. I couldn't begin to think how old he is. I'm gonna say 32.
33.
Could be older, but
how about 41 years old?
Jeff Cobb is in his 40s.
Nailed it.
That's fucking wild,
Yep.
dude. He doesn't look it. He certainly doesn't move it either.
No, he don't move like it. I'll tell you that.
40 for
Shit.
real. Jeff
Yeah.
Cobb's 41.
That makes sense. There's a hurricane coming through.
Thank you very much. That is Hurricane Helms, aka Sean Sugar Daddy Dawkins. The son's for because Canyon did Oliver Platts. Yeah. Shane Helms, former WWF Light Heavyweight Champion, former WWE Cruiserweight Champion, former WWE Tag Team Champion, former WCW Cruiserweight Champion, former WCW Tag Team Champion,
WCW Cruiserweight Tag Team Champion.
Was he also?
I believe he was X Division champion too.
No.
In his last run there. When he was the manager of a group,
I feel like he was like NWA Light Heavyweight Champion.
Well, he was Omega Heavyweight Champion.
Yeah, he was. That's Matt Hardy's company.
What's up with that?
Was Rosie's tag partner.
Tag Team Champion was not only Rosie, but he made Freaks cool when he teamed with Kane.
That's right. Shane Helms, man.
He had a great feud with The Rock over who was the best superhero.
Yeah. Rock used to call him the Hamburglar.
46?
47.
How about he will be 49 years old on the 12th?
Attaboy.
3 to 4, you're catching up.
This is what this feels like? All right. Oh, wait a minute. I'm trying to turn over a new leaf. I'm trying to be...
Well, motherfucker, stop sitting on the tree.
Growth. What we got next?
2 more on the 12th.
Hey! That's El Generico. He did a brief stint in Ring of Honor.
Muhammad Hassan.
Yeah, did a brief stint in Ring of Honor.
That's pretty much it.
That's it. Yeah, that's all I can think of. Wait, no. No, he's also...
he kind of looks like that guy...
also former WWE Intercontinental Champion, former WWE United States Champion, multiple-time WWE Tag Team Champion, former NXT World Champion.
Kevin Owens?
No, Sami Zayn, the other one.
Oh!
The skinny, but not so skinny one. Sami Zayn.
One that looks like Animal from the Muppets.
Yeah. Legitimately had, what was it, the 2016,
that was almost an insult
match
to
here with
Cesaro. Yeah.
That being said, man, it's kind of, I want to say Sami's in his 40s, young 40s though.
43.
38.
He will be 39
Oh!
years old.
Oh!
You baited me.
I tricked you, motherfucker.
You baited me.
Who's that dog on the fucking wacky races?
He was Snidely Whiplash.
Snidely!
What the fuck was his name?
No, what the fuck was
Muttley.
it? Muttley.
His name was
Oh,
Muttley.
you're laughing at me like Muttley.
I tell that all the time. Last one on the 12th.
Bork Laser.
Fuck Cody Rhodes.
Cody.
I can't wait to see him put him in a wheelchair.
Bork Laser is multiple-time WWE champion, former UFC world champion 2 times, former tag team champion. I feel like he was
former IWGP heavyweight champion.
Former IWGP world champion. That's true. US champ? No, he wasn't.
No. No, he went directly for the title.
Actually, fun fact I read about the other day. Brock Lesnar has wrestled less professional matches than Gunther has because of his 10-year hiatus.
Yeah, that's surprising
Yeah.
at all.
That being said,
Well, Stone Cold Steve Austin was really only on top for 3 years.
Bork. Well, the NWO was only selling merch for 2.
Yeah.
The real NWO was only selling their actual merch.
for
How old is he?
46.
Not quite 50 yet.
46.
40.
He will be 46 years old on the 12th.
46. Yeah. I knew he was a little younger.
Yeah.
Wow. To think he's been in the business for 23 years and he's only 46.
Yep.
Got 6 more wrestling birthdays, I think.
All right, next.
Last one on the 13th. Or first one on the 13th, sorry.
That
That
is
is Sean
Waltman.
Waltman. Youngest member of the clique. Youngest, I believe, European champion. Cruiserweight champion. Tag team champion.
Yeah.
Was he ever? Yes, because he beat Razor for the Intercontinental, right? No. No, that was just... Was he ever? IC champ?
Nope.
That's crazy. That being said, Sean Waltman would be...
He also was TNA champion at one time, wasn't he?
No.
Or he
No,
wrestled.
He
for it.
wrestled
early.
in the King of the Mountain match.
Oh, he was fucking Wrestling Society X champion.
Oh, that's true. He was. Wow, Wrestling Society.
Yeah. He's up there. He's older than you think he is.
I'm going to say 58.
I'm going to say not quite that, 56.
How about not quite that? He'll be 51 years old.
God,
So
that's a
let's
damn.
go to the 14th,
All right.
and we start it.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time ever on the show,
Our brother.
my best friend, for the last 18 fucking years.
Has it been that fucking long?
It's been that long. buddy.
God damn.
You're still older than me, bitch! And happy birthday.
Only an age.
Don't worry,
No.
baby.
Don't kill me with my own
Alright,
gun.
Luke, now kick his ass to we have
Double J. That's JEFF JARRETT. Ain't he great?
No.
Jeff. I am the king of the mountain, owner of TNA, and son of a promoter.
And I fucked Kurt
And I
Angle's
fucked
wife.
Kurt Angle's wife, Jarrett.
Can I say old as shit? Does that count?
Here's the thing. I don't know that he's 63.
64.
How about Jeff Jarrett will only be 56?
I knew he
years
wasn't
old.
that.
No
What,
point
what,
there either.
The I will not job to Reed Bentley, Jeff Jarrett.
Fuck Reed Bentley.
Fuck Reed Bentley. Fuck IWA Mid-South. And fuck Ian Rotten.
2 more
Those are
sharing.
his words, not mine.
2 more.
2 more sharing your birthday.
Miss
Hey,
Bully
Bubba Ray
Ray.
Dudley. Bully Ray, he is one half of the most decorated tag team in history. Former ECW World Tag Team Champion. Former, technically, WCW World Tag Team Champion. Former
WWE Hardcore Champion.
WWE World Tag Team Champion. WWE, not Universal, but WWE Tag Team Champions.
WCW
When they
Tag
were
Team
still
Champion.
separate. WCW, we already said that. IWGP World Tag Team Champions. IWGP Junior World Tag Team Champions. TNA World Tag Team Champions. NWA World Tag Team Champions. Former Impact World Heavyweight Champion.
And Tag Team Champion.
I already said that.
Oh.
I mean, the dude's had a stellar career over what?
Tag team champion?
I think one time.
Okay.
Yeah, him and that
That one guy.
what? Devo Dudley.
Devin.
Devo.
Ah!
I was way off.
Wasn't he the guy that rode the bicycle, went around stealing shit from people?
Yes.
Mostly he took it from Cronus and he just stole his
He
shit.
likes stealing people's chains.
Yeah.
How old
That
is
being
he?
said,
How old
Bubba
is
Ray
Bubba?
Dudley. Man. Not quite in the 60s. I want to say maybe 50s. But could be late 40s deceptively.
Yeah. I don't think it's 40.
52.
53, just because I think it's higher.
How about he will be 52 years
52.
old on
Okay, I was about
Yeah,
to say.
I knew it wasn't. It was either really early 40s, or I'm sorry, really early 50s.
one
or
more
early 40s.
Caleb. One more sharing your birthday, and then one more after that.
That is, Ricochet was doing
34.
stuff to her. 35.
How about 36 years
36.
old?
I got it.
On,
Aha.
on your birthday.
She's actually really good.
5 to 6 was one last wrestling birthday.
All right, let's get it.
On the 15th,
Go ahead, Caleb. Who is that? Come on, Caleb. Who is that?
First of all, I know it happened, Vince. You can't tell me it didn't. Hogan came into this office and told you we were planning to unionize, but I can't do anything because I lost my leg in Vietnam.
There's only one other person in this world that does a better impression
That's
than
Karrion
you.
Kross.
And that's Will fucking Sasso.
Oh, Will Sasso does, yeah. That is Jesse the Body Ventura. Former Governor Jesse the Body Ventura.
That one's for your old man.
Older than Hogan.
He's old.
75?
76.
How about 72?
72.
Well, it's
No
the
point.
conspiracy.
Jesse the Body
point.
Ventura is younger than Ric Flair. Let that
It's
fucking
the
sink in for a
conspiracies.
second.
It's
Okay, so it's 6-5. Caleb's lead going into celebrity birthdays, and
Alright.
we've got a couple handfuls here too.
All right, let's do it.
I got a couple handfuls.
All right, we're starting out
With the
on
man.
night today.
Mhm.
The man.
The greatest living American actor on the planet, and as an American actor, I'm not wrong about that. That is Sir Tom Hanks.
A nun could punch Tom Hanks in the face.
That is Admiral Hanks at your service.
Tom Hanks-
wrong way. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Tom Hanks could punch a nun in the face, and, we
And
would
you would
ask
question
that nun,
what that nun did
Yeah.
to deserve
Yeah,
it.
yeah, exactly. Multiple
You had
time
that really
Emmy
I
and
did have
Oscar
that backwards.
nominee. Has been in every great movie ever made. That being said, how the fuck old is he? I mean, still 60s. I wouldn't say quite 70s yet, though, right?
68.
60. I'm going to say a little younger.
How about 67?
Oh,
Damn.
take it!
Damn.
Can you name all three of those movies?
One is the one on the far left is Forrest Gump. The one in the middle is Saving Private
Ryan.
Ryan, and the other is what? Mr. No, not Mr. Banks. Is that?
I think
Well,
it is called
it's-
I
Would
think
You
Would
Mind?
you be my neighbor?
Yeah.
It's about Mr. Right.
Yeah.
Either way, it is fucking fantastic.
Big.
All right, real
Big
quick,
is
real quick.
Yeah.
Favorite Tom Hanks movie? Go, Luke.
Man, that's a fucking hard question, bro.
It's not.
It is.
It depends on what mood I'm in.
Yeah,
It's only one answer.
Turner and Hooch.
that's up there.
Close.
That's up there. That's up there.
Good
That's the one I was having a
Really,
hard
really
time
good
with.
one.
I know what your favorite Tom Hanks movie.
You
is.
know, it's on the screen right there.
No, that's not your favorite Tom Hanks movie. And how dare you make me fucking correct you in front of our friends?
Wow.
The Green Mile is your favorite Tom Hanks movie.
Ooh, yeah.
No, The Green Mile is my favorite Stephen King movie.
Bullshit.
You have
Bullshit.
said that for
You
years.
have said for
Luke.
years The Green
Yes,
Mile
you
is
have.
your
Have I
favorite
really?
Tom
Yes.
Hanks movie.
I guess
We
I
bought
did.
it on the DVD
Yeah.
Super Day when we bought The Green
That's
Mile, Shawshank Redemption, and The Last Samurai. Don't fuck with me. It's
Oh
almost
yeah,
the
it
first
definitely
thing.
wouldn't be my
How
favorite.
many years has it
personally.
been, Caleb?
18,
For
way
18
too many goddamn.
Well, I blame y'all.
That being
Alright,
said, my favorite Tom Hanks movie is actually Forrest Gump.
what
Close second to The Terminal, because I love The
Oh,
Memorial.
well, dude,
Love
hold
The
on.
Terminal.
Hold on. Terminal was really fucking good.
Terminal's really
Yeah.
good.
Really fucking. The Burbs was really fucking good
I
too.
Yeah,
Love
but The
The
Burbs
Burbs.
qualifies with like Splash and Monsters and Mazes
Big.
in his very like early Tom Hanks movies.
You know, still though. Castaway.
All right, well, we
I'm
got more
big.
birthdays coming.
Yeah, do we want to just sit here and talk about Tom Hanks all night?
Because we could.
It's our show.
I know we
you
could.
all
I
tuned
know
in.
we could. We have,
I've got the microphone, so you listen to every
we have
goddamn word I say.
Memoriam on the 9th as well.
Rainbow.
What would buy more time I do if he were here right now? He'd probably
He'd make a plenty follow through. That's what Rambo Tano do.
Anyway, he
Who
was
the hell are you?
fantastic.
I'm sorry,
I remember him
Fuck,
most from Tommy Boy with
Tommy
Chris
Boy.
Farley.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
that is obviously from First Blood.
Yeah,
with
Rambo's
Sylvester Stallone.
still.
Still up there as one of my favorites.
And we go on to the 10th.
That is Eva.
That is Sophia.
Sophia.
Vergara.
That's I'm thinking of the right show, wrong actress. That is Modern Family.
Do you know
Yes.
where Sofia Vergara hails from?
Barcelona.
Colombia. Wherever the hell she wants.
Colombia.
Oh, wait, too bad.
That's
you
why
are-
else
Why
you
else
being
would
a
you
Puerto
even ask that?
First of all, she's technically our queen. She can shut the fuck up and not get me in trouble. I don't think she's
She
quite.
fucks with Al Bundy. She's the queen. Period. Al Bundy's the man.
51?
52.
How about 51?
I don't think you
55.
can say that B word on te- That is Jessica Simpson.
That is
Ooh.
Jessica Simpson.
That is the dumbest woman in entertainment.
Wasn't she the one who went on record and was like, where do buffaloes get their wings?
Yes.
Yes.
We were actually talking about that earlier.
We just had this conversation the other night. Also, She was the one that couldn't recognize whether chicken of the sea was tuna or fish.
Right.
Or chicken or fish. Yeah.
Oh, man. How the fuck old was she? Oh, man.
She's a baby.
Idiot.
Although she was Daisy Duke in the Dukes of Hazzard.
She was. I'm going to
Yeah,
say
she was.
Something wrong with her undercarriage. Yeah.
50. I don't think she's that old, but I'm saying 50.
No, I'm going to say 46.
How about 43?
Damn.
I knew she wasn't quite 50.
No point. No point.
Damn.
Okay, so we go to the 11th.
Okay.
And that is Mindy Sterling.
Proud.
Yeah, probably one of the greatest character actresses in the history of character.
That's just one of probably my favorite roles.
Oh, absolutely.
There is 1,000 roles.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm going to be
How old she
respectful,
is?
and I'm going to say that she is 72. Just because I think she's been around even before me, I think.
Fuck.
Quite a while.
65.
How about an even 70 on the 11th?
That's it.
Did you just do that to that girl or that woman on the
First of all, I would do that to that woman if
that
she
is
asked nicely.
now 9-5. Caleb
What a
Wood.
way to make a living, working 9 to 5.
And we go to the 12th.
What? I'm sorry. No Dolly Parton fans in here? My bad. My bad.
I'm a fan of Dolly Parton, but not for her voice. All right, hit us with the next one.
Two
Joe.
birthdays on the
There we
12th.
go.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine ass Michelle Rodriguez.
Yes, it is.
Famously made Letty from the Fast and the Furious franchise, but
Girl
also
Fight.
was in the first ever Resident Evil movie.
Yes.
Yes.
Way back.
Girl Fight.
Girl Fight.
Mm-hmm. SWAT.
She basically SWAT. She basically plays the same character in every movie.
Oh, yeah, she was in the first Avatar.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Chef Crow.
Yeah.
42.
43.
How about 45?
I did not think she was that old.
10-5. Caleb's lead.
All right.
Now we go 2 on the 13th. No, I'm sorry. That's still on the 12th.
Oh, this obnoxious prick.
That is Eric Foreman.
Topher
Otherwise known as
Grace.
Topher Grace. Otherwise known as the
I
guy who wrote
I
Literally
came across this
had-
whole package here, and I have no idea who put it together. Where
Literally
it came
had-
It's
from.
off of that
It's-
70s show.
The Hearts of America at his fingertips when it came to episodic television.
And fucked it away.
Decided that he was too big for that, went to Hollywood, made like 3 movies, all of which bombed, including
Yeah.
Marvel's largest budget film at the time, and then
Yeah.
disappeared into obscurity as a writer for 20 years until he came up with a sitcom like 2 years ago. That being said, Topher Grace can go fuck himself, and he is
Nobody gives a shit over.
47.
45.
How about 45 years
Damn!
old?
Good job. I could have never.
Just like grass.
And now we go to the 13th.
Harrison
fine.
Ford.
This is not a promotion for this movie. It's just a
No, it's
Accurate
just
photo.
really love Indiana Jones.
yes.
The king of all franchises. Because he's been in all of them.
And he owns all
And
of
he
them.
owns all of them.
Yeah.
Harrison Ford is 73 years old.
74 years old.
Harrison Ford will be 81 years old.
Got that one. Yeah.
You're telling me this old motherfucker at 81 years old just made another Indiana Jones movie?
Yeah.
This Indiana Jones movie's been being filmed for 3 years
Jesus
because
Christ.
Because he insisted on doing his own stunts
and he
kept
tore
breaking
his knee.
hip.
Yeah, he tore his knee.
I'm not even going to make it to 80. Let alone get off my ass and do shit at 80
You
years
better
old.
be careful, because you said I'll never make it to 30, and now you're fucked.
Motherfucker, if I make it to 80, you all owe me a fucking parade.
You're jinxing yourself.
If I
You're
live
gonna
to
do
old
it.
age just
You're
out
gonna
of
do it.
spite, I will be furious with the rest.
We'll
It's gonna
take you. We'll
it's
take
gonna
you down to
happen
New
now.
Orleans and we'll pay for a parade. Okay,
Jesus.
because it's not that much.
All right, see,
I am die of old age. Nothing's killed me yet, despite my best efforts. Hey, look, y'all wanted to see the show.
Well-placed toaster.
Yeah.
Next.
we got 3 more on the 13th.
That's
the fucking man right there.
The man.
That
Sir
is
Patrick Stewart.
Professor X. That's all you need to know about Patrick Stewart.
No.
Unless
Sir
you're a fan
Patrick
of Star
Stewart.
Trek, in which case that is one Captain Jean-Luc
Jean-Luc
Picard.
Picard.
And honestly, I'm sure he's done several
Hamlet.
other things.
He did Hamlet.
Well, he's done a bunch of British theater.
Yeah.
Shakespeare.
Here's the deal.
He was in the original Doom.
Was it what?
The original Dune.
Dune. Yes. I tell you what. I'm gonna tag out for this one. Hey Johnny,
Oh shit.
how old is that man right there?
I'm gonna
Hold
say-
on, hold on.
Luke's calling in a lifeline.
I'm gonna ask him how old he thinks he is, and then I'm gonna give you my pick.
Oh shit.
You
Number
fucking
5.
different, man.
Goddamn 90. No.
No, don't help.
80. Yeah. Gonna say 85.
I'm gonna say 85.
75.
He will be 83 years
Ow!
old into 7. And you just barely have time to catch up.
All right, let's do it.
Alright, let's see.
Jesus,
two
why?
more in the 13th.
First off, why
Ken?
is it everybody that they've thrown up the last 3 times in a row are completely ageless and could be 100?
Then his wife died. And his wife always encouraged him, the Masked Singer.
Yep.
Has done a bunch of other stuff.
He did promotion for the WWE for Summerfest.
He's one of my
You remember
favorite comedians
Summerfest?
of this era.
Caleb,
Yeah.
you remember when Summerfest was?
Summerfest was.
Yeah. Okay.
I think he's deceptively young still. I think he's even younger.
He'll be 54 years old.
Damn, I knew he was younger.
No point.
But think, The Hangover was still, what, 20, not quite 20. Well, yeah, no,
And yes, he is fantastic.
Last one on the 13th.
Okay. That's motherfucking Cheech Marin.
Cheech Marin.
Act like I don't know who Cheech Marin is.
You keep a
Nash, or not even just Nash Bridges. He was on
He's on Spy Kids.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Machete
He was in another
Dusk Till
TV
Dawn.
show that was on
from Dusk Till Dawn.
forever.
Oh, I don't know, buddy. I know Chong was in that.
He was on the
Did he do a
the
couple?
other comedian.
He did
George.
not George Lopez.
Yes, he was. He was on George
Yeah, he
Lopez
was
show.
on-
Well, no, I was thinking he was on the actual show.
Yeah.
But the comedian, the one who stole everyone else's bits, and then I got super hot.
Carlos Mencia.
Carlos Mencia. He was on Mencia's show a lot too.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Cheech Marin, one of the greatest, one half of the greatest comedy duo in the history of comedy. Cheech Marin is 75 years old.
76.
He will be 77 years old.
I was
Nice.
close to pull that
You
out
were.
of nowhere. You
Sharing another role model there.
Jane motherfucking Lynch.
Caleb, what? See this?
I heard
What's
she
this?
does. I was gonna say I heard she does amazing things with the Bagel Dog.
So she's been on TV for years. She was actually in the Ellen show in the early
Yep.
90s.
Yes, I remember that.
And has been a pioneer for specifically women and LGBTQ comedians, but got her big takeoff almost 25 years after being in the business with Glee.
Yeah.
And then her, before that though, she was featured heavily as Charlie's therapist on 2.5 Men.
Yes. Yeah.
But Glee is really where she got like her prime time spot at.
Yeah.
She's a game show host. She's done several movies.
I'm going to go with Wolfie and say 54.
55, older than that.
Well, you did it. You went and bullshitted a bullshitter. No, she will be
Okay.
63
Fuck.
years old.
Yell at me about it.
She still looks good for 60.
I'm sorry, I really.
Let's just keep it between us.
Who got that?
Because
one?
I'm black. You think I did it? No.
I did.
It's because you did it.
Of course
I
you
think
did.
You did it.
Of course you did.
Sorry.
Next. That's Forrest Whitaker.
That's Forrest
That
Whitaker.
is,
My
we
former
have-
partner running the strip club.
Our last two are on the 15th.
That's right, kids. I want all
That's
of you
Tay
to
Diggs'
remember.
dad.
I,
That's Uncle Bill. Okay.
Forrest
All right.
Whitaker.
He's up there, dude.
He's been in the Star Wars franchise.
He's been everywhere.
Uh,
He could be in 2 places at the same time. if you look him in the
Phenomenon.
eyes.
Phenomenon. He was in the Repo Man.
Phenomenon.
Phenomenon.
It's
He
the only
also
one that
won an
matters.
Oscar for the
Yeah.
role as the king.
Yeah.
Something King. King's Speech? Not the King's
The
Speech.
King's Speech. No,
Was it?
No,
No.
it wasn't the King's Speech. That was a while.
You know what I'm talking about, though. He was he played Nelson Mandela as well.
Yes. One of the greatest character actors, especially in the African community, as far as like being an advocate in the actors union for black actors, both
He was
male
also
and
in
female.
Battlefield Earth.
Battlefield Earth, true. Was the inspiration for the guy with the bow staff on Walking Dead?
Morgan. No, you're talking about King Zaya or whatever.
No, the Morgan.
Oh, I thought you were
The first guy. No, not King Ezekiel. No.
No, okay.
Yeah. That being said, Forrest Whitaker.
It's gotta be up there. No. No, it's gonna make me feel old as fuck for saying this, but I'm gonna say 7.
60. I think he's a little younger.
He will be 62 years old, and we have one left.
All right, who we got? Mr. Fluffy. Mr. Fluffy.
Gabriel Iglesias got his start on All That.
Yeah.
As part of the national talent search that happened the year before Nick Carter won, or not Nick Carter, Nick Cannon won.
Yep.
After that, went on to be a comedy writer for a long time in his early 20s and 30s. Did a bunch of bit parts. Resurfaced as a major comedian in his like early 30s.
Yeah.
Took the fucking comedy world by storm.
Still is.
Still touring. And 2 or 3 movies.
Magic
Yeah.
Mike.
Magic
For
Mike
him,
basically, yeah.
and he actually went to the as a story he tells, he went to the casting session for his audition, and when he walked in, he said he seen a bunch of people who looked like him, and when he walked through the door, they wanted to take pictures and stuff. When he got ready to read his lines, so
this
is a formality. We wanted
you.
We didn't want a Gabriel Iglesias type actor.
We wanted Gabriel Iglesias. Yeah.
We just can't give it to you till we see all of those people out there, but rest assured you're in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. With that being said,
I want to say early 50s. I feel like that's a comfortable number.
I'm going to go 49.
Or, I'm 32. And he wasn't all that when I was a kid. You said 49?
Yeah.
40.
That was good enough. You will be 47 years old.
So I
that
wasn't
gives
far off.
you
No,
even.
I just knew he wasn't quite 50 yet, because that would have made him, 20 years older than
Caleb, I don't think you've ever scored so much before. That gives you an even 15 to 7.
Buddy, I can tell you, I've scored plenty more than that. Anyway, thank you so much, Luke. Good game.
Yeah,
Matt?
It's bullshit time now.
Don't put it out with your boots,
Can't tell me my business, devil woman. Call the fire department. This one's out of control.
It's poop again.
Oh, shit. I'm going to catch you, and you're all going to die. Also known as Old Man Early.
Old Man Early?
Yeah, there is no rhyme or reason to any of this. It's
because there always is. Send us an email at prowrestlingthrowdown@gmail.com. Follow us on TikTok at prowrestlingthrowdown1. Check out our official website, which is www.prowrestlingthrowdown.com, or you can check out streamlabs.com/prowrestlingthrowdown, where you can access the
Merch Store! Merch Store!
You can
Merch!
buy our merch. That's right. We got shirts. We got hats. We got shoes. We got stuff. We got Luke's phone number, which is 618.
No!
Anyway, for every dollar you spend, every dollar you donate, you get entered into the free merch giveaway at the end of the month. This month is a #1 all-fan event, meet and greet, fan access giveaway that we're doing at the next AFU show in October. So if you want to buy or you want to be a part of that, please hop on over to the website. Also, while you're on Facebook, check out the Pro Wrestling Throwdown Facebook group that our man, the Mighty Max Fury, is the pioneer of.
Yeah.
While the rest of us show up, while the rest of us help, Max does all the heavy lifting. We've also got a fully interactive chat.
I always do the heavy lift.
Check it out. Motherfucker, it's not my fault that you weigh 118 pounds and 18 pounds of you is you, and the other 100 pounds is dick. Yeah, that's right, Max. I just told the entire internet. The whole internet.
The whole darn thing.
The whole damn net.
That's kind of why he's Maxiconda.
By the way, you can get the sticker of the Maxiconda.
It's
Over
not
on our
life
website.
size.
Where's the website?
It's not life size.
It is not accurate. It is not atomically correct.
No,
You know
it's
how
not
big the sticker that would have to
anatomically
be?
correct. That would take 4 or 5 shipments at least.
Yeah, we
We'll
can't
take
do
at
that.
least 6 rolls of stickers.
FedEx gets real mad at us.
Yeah. All right. Hit us with our first one, Max. That is a happy birthday to me. I love it.
That's the exact reaction I was
Reminds me
hoping
of so
for.
many things. So many nights.
That is the exact.
Happy birthday, Luke.
Thank you.
Love you, baby.
That's what I wanted to ask for. Oh my god, it's so good.
Can we plug that up for cake this year?
I would appreciate
If you
that.
don't understand why this is so funny,
That's my dead mom in a wig. That's why.
well, I was gonna say you just don't know, but now you know.
If you don't know, now you know.
I have to be completely honest. Of all the shit I expected, and I expected some shit.
I told you.
That-
That
You were-
Oh god. Oh, it's so good.
I told you.
It's so good. Hold on. I just want to take a picture of it. We can send you the picture.
Oh, I got it. I got it, Caleb.
I'm sure you do, you freak.
Not as much as I got it.
One of my exes, which honestly, there's a whole lot of other stuff going on to it.
Charlena?
I love you.
All right, what do we got next?
Just go back.
Yeah, bring it back for a second.
That's what I'm saying. Is that you? That's fucking great. I love you so much.
It was, a lot of it was Coletta. I just did.
You would have thought that was hilarious.
I know.
That's why.
Oh man,
Mostly because she
Subway.
wished she had a body like that.
our subs don't implode. Well, she could have, but it was the Twinkies and the drugs.
That submarine went
Don't
down
do one or the
fast.
other.
That submarine went down faster than Blimpies.
Oh, hey man, five rich assholes died. Feel real bad about it for as long as Twitter takes to forget about it.
Well, when you look at all the shit that they didn't do, they kind of.
Yeah, like going down in an unsanctioned submarine built by an engineer who got his engineering.
All the time, they overlooked a ton of
Yeah.
regulations.
He
and
also,
rules.
yeah,
and,
no,
like,
just the guy who built it.
no, they all knew.
Well,
All
then
these
then
people, they
fuck
were
'em.
all
Yeah.
They all
They're
were
better
all
off.
involved in it.
Sorry, but if you don't register if you can't legally register your submarine by weight with the United States Navy, which is something you absolutely have to do if you have a submarine, if you go to the Navy and the Navy says, now that's not a submarine, you're not allowed to call it one.
Right?
Just as a rule, as a blanket
I
statement.
believe that's called a water collar.
Get it out of our war zone, you dick.
It clearly wasn't floating. The two-parter. This is there's no picture.
I saw this. Okay, so this is my hometown.
My hometown.
The Heron Police Department is asking for the public's help in locating a hearse that was stolen on Friday night from a funeral home in Heron. According to police, a white 1996 Cadillac hearse was stolen from Van Natta Funeral Home in Heron during the late evening hours of Friday, July 7th. If you're able to provide any information, you are asked to contact the Heron Police Department at 618-942-4132.
Now, my first thought is maybe they thought it was a limo.
Do you know,
It is Heron.
when they published this story, how many people texted me and were like, Caleb,
Was
just
it you?
to make sure you didn't steal a hearse? I didn't, officer.
You're that cute mountain hat. All right, give us another one. Officer Chambers.
You're a hazard, Harry. That's fucking great. I want that on a Harry Potter shirt.
Yeah.
My pronouns are caution and wet. Still works, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Blueberries, $1.25. I happen to know for a fact you got to pay a little more to get orgasmic.
First off, if they're only $1.25, wait, we have an orgasmic blueberry right
Right this fucking second. And also,
That sounds like a oh, that's with card though.
what I was convinced was an orgasmic blueberry was some Asian woman blowing on my stomach for 35 minutes.
That was a raspberry, but it's close. Oh man,
I
next.
can tell you all about those.
Speaking of Heron.
As a father, I'm sorry, kids. That's funny as shit.
That is good. When you can't afford something, so you put it back.
That my mom tried. Now she ended up on our podcast.
Yeah, she did. She out fine. She was like,
18 years I've let you live. Don't take this away from me. John! John! I've been betrayed! You son of a bitch! They'll tell me he had something.
first off, motherfucker.
That's my happy. Yeah.
First off, motherfucker.
Sorry about the little bit of beer left.
It's my birthday. So I get what I want on my birthday. All right.
I'll
What's
give
next?
you the urn. Just remember to put the lid back on.
This is not our last one.
What if I told you He-Man is just Hulk Hogan in drag? Then you had never had good blueberry. Good work.
That's true. That is true.
Until we meet again.
Now I have one more, but it comes in 3 different slides.
Okay.
Oh, I got a feeling I'm going to really... this one.
I don't know. I couldn't find anything to confirm the legitimacy.
This is so good.
Troy pool closed after incident. Local couple arrested. Troy, Missouri. The Troy swimming pool was evacuated and closed abruptly midday today after an intoxicated couple fouled the water. Briley and Dustin Pounds are each being held on $2,500 bond at Troy PD, according to Sergeant Dick Decent. The pool was packed when the two stripped naked and entered.
Hold
First
on.
of all, can I change my name to Dick Decent?
Right?
That's still-
Happy reviewing disagree. That being said,
One more. Oh, I'm sorry. 2 more.
he yelled, "Cleveland Steamer!" And she just reclined on the steps like they do this frequently, said Decent. Then he sits on her chest while everyone's scrambling out of the pool and starts crapping. Damnedest thing I've seen this week. What the hell did he see last week?
Right?
A Parks Department official said he does not know when the pool will reopen. Reportedly, 3 employees quit when instructed to begin cleanup. So I just imagine there's just a pile of shit that she brushed off of herself still sitting there.
Yeah.
The Gazette reminds residents that the Winfield Lock and Dam is still open for swimming.
All right. Now, would you like to see what these 2 people look like?
I would love to.
Good.
This pisses me off. I'm not allowed to pee all 3 at once.
These mug shots.
What?
She doesn't look phased and arrested. I'm the one that got shit
He's
on.
probably
That's hilarious.
I've seen people with double chins with beards in my life. And I have a double chin, so I'm allowed to say it. I've never seen a double chin beard combo before, and that is tripping me up. Because he looks like a kinder egg with hair on his face.
Uh-huh.
And this one,
She got shit on. Literally.
then why isn't she more upset? I'm sorry. If I'm at the pool,
I
minding
would
my own
assume
business.
she asked for it.
She's happy. She got shit
Yeah,
on.
she's the one that...
She wanted it. Some people are weird
So
like
you're
that.
telling me
went
this
there
poor
to do
sad
that.
son of a bitch is just
Can
gonna...
we not use the
They
phrase?
went there together to
Hold
do
on.
that.
But look at how depressed he is. How long has this woman convinced
Can
him
we not
to
use?
shit on her, and he's been trying to say no his entire life?
Can we never get a soundbite of Max again ever saying the phrase? But she asked for it. That just didn't sound right coming out of his mouth over there. Oh, it's terrible.
There is no life behind those eyes, but there is apparently enough shit to go around.
There sure is.
Next!
No, that's it.
Thank God! Well, kids, we've been through a lot today.
Let's recap.
About 3-4 hours. So,
Yeah.
thank you so much. Follow us on Twitter at Pro Wrestling TD. You can send us an email at pro. Find us over on streamlabs.com/Pro Wrestling Throwdown, where you can access the merch store, or you can go directly to our website. That's ProWrestlingThrowdown.com. And as always, from us to you, number one, and most importantly,
Keep it.
hold on.
Merch store?
No.
Merch store.
No.
Merch store.
Shut up.
ProWrestlingThrowdown.com?
Nope. Happy birthday, bro.
Thank you.
Happy
Yeah.
birthday.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hey Max. Hey Max. You just send that picture to me offline.
I'd be happy to.
Keep it in the ring. Keep it in the ring.
Get on, fuck